Hello everyone. How are you all today? Are we good? Are we live and things? I see Yagi and Sarge and Bear hanging out in the chat, it looks like. Check my microphone levels. It tells me I should be good, so I'm assuming that I'm good, but yeah, Bear, hey, how you doing? I do have Yoda Bauer here with me in my ear and yours.
Hello.
If you can't hear her over the music, let me know so that I can adjust things before we get started. But
I'll listen to myself. Oh, I can hear me.
And now you get the fun task of hearing,
watching the chat.
Yeah, and watching it with a 30-second delay, because
it's a blast.
For the last several months, I heard Knights of the Old Republic in my ear for 45 seconds before I saw it on my screen. But yeah, I had to let this music play for a minute just because it is so incredibly, like, intimidating.
Yeah.
It reminds me of I don't know if you ever seen The Hunt for Red October.
Oh yeah.
But this is like the soundtrack for The Hunt for Red October. Sarge, don't faint. I need people to watch the stream, and you can't do that if you're unconscious. But how's everybody today? You doing all right? We got part of our regular crew here today.
Yeah, we got a lot of the good peeps.
I guess I can go ahead and switch into the game here a little bit. Yep.
Into the business.
Let me pull up all of the stuff.
I'm glad you remember to start streaming, because we were just like chatting, and then I looked at the time and I was like, oh hey, we're gonna go live.
I will tell you too, while I'm getting this stuff started, let me check this too. I wanted to make sure that I have the subtitles turned on.
You might check, I know you like the music, but if this game has a scroll at the front of it and it has the Star Wars music, we'll super get flagged.
That's a good idea.
If that plays.
It's really loud anyway, so we can turn that off for now.
Yeah, we can always turn it back on once we get past any kind of crawl. But hey, we just got our creator month in review email from YouTube.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Sarge, yeah, it does sound like the Dovahkiin song. I didn't even think about that. And I'm excited for this too. I've never played this game, so has anybody out there played Republic Commando before? Jess, have you played Republic Commando?
A couple of them. I haven't played. I think I'm pretty sure Bear has. A couple of the people who show up. I don't know who else might have though.
I feel like Nolan was really excited about it.
This link.
I feel like Nolan was really excited the other day when I said something about it, so he might have played it before too. Yeah, I'm hoping it's good, Bear. So when this came out, I was in like late high school, and so I didn't have like a lot of, liquid funds to buy video games. So I bought not Republic Commando. I bought Knights of the Old Republic instead of Republic Commando. So I kind of made that choice. So I've never played this before, but I'm really excited about it. I have, in just for the sake of transparency, I have played through the first level just in testing. But let's go ahead and get into this. I think there is a crawl and stuff here at the beginning. I know there's some
Discord links out there.
Some cutscenes here that I watched that were pretty cool.
Welcome, little one. This is your first day. Your designation will be RP-01/138. We expect great things from you.
I really wish you could like do things with your hands there.
I'm just now seeing this. This is like kind of creepy.
No, it really is. It almost reminds me of like kind of like The Matrix, I guess, but like one of those, I don't know, like that genre of sci-fi movie kind of going on here.
Your inherent physical traits
yep.
that win the day.
Hey, there we
There's
go. We got more
Noland.
people flying in.
Yeah, Noland, I knew
And
you.
in this
I thought you said
regard,
you'd like this,
you will
this
be
game.
superior to your more common brethren.
That's right, I'm better than you.
And then hello to Kevin and VH Obi-Wan.
Oh yeah,
You
VH
are
Obi-Wan, I saw that
Commando.
you subscribed to our, or
Knowing
you liked our
you
Facebook page too. I appreciate that.
Something truly special.
I'm assuming that was you anyway, and there aren't just
Your
multiple
weapons,
Rye,
your
VH,
armor,
Star Wars
and
character
most important, your
people in the
brothers.
world.
It was also
The
Nihilus, which I
Iver of
recall
our
he said
world
it was his
hunt in
favorite
pods
character.
to bring down much larger prey. So too shall you join with three brothers and become
Dawn.
fierce hunters.
I'm gonna be a couple seconds behind you.
Now,
Yep,
join your
yep.
pod
Enjoy.
and
That's been my
embrace your
experience.
destiny as their leader.
Like I've laughed at all the jokes 30 seconds before I got the punchline.
Delta 4 recommendation. A pure,
That's I
dedicated
was
soldier.
helping our friend
6'2",
Max when he was
the heart
streaming
and soul
Life
of
is
the
Strange, and I
team.
had the same issue.
And 07, the fiercest hunter of all your brothers. You are each a piece of a whole person, and the Republic will call you to defend and give your lives if need be.
Sarge, my tweet said to join us as we all go Commando. If we're... So I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm not telling you what not to do either.
I mean, really, you're the only one with a camera on, Jango. The rest of us, who knows?
I mean, I don't plan on standing up, so technically, who knows what might be going on.
But we'll meet you at the RV on Geonosis. See you planetside, sir.
Yeah, so I saw that cutscene before when I was loading this up, and I really like that idea that you know, you get to see things from kind of this perspective of a clone, because it's different than, like, you know, we see basically all of that when Obi-Wan tours the yeah, full-bodied content, sure. We see all of that when Obi-Wan tours the clone facility on Commando, but I like kind of seeing it first person there. I will also say, just in case you're curious, that I really suck at PC gaming. So I got this game on Steam, and I am playing it with a controller configuration. So if that kind of stuff matters to you, that's something to be aware of.
Welcome to Geonosis, Create. It's nice to see they finally unhooked you from the simulators. I've been assigned as your advisor, and will be your eye in the sky until further notice. Or we all get killed.
Do you know if Tamura Morrison did all the voices for
Once
this?
you're on the ground, you will rendezvous with Delta Squad.
I don't, but I
Delta
can find
62
out.
is nearby. Your first objective is to find him and link up. The squad objective remains: find Sun Fac and eliminate him. I will be issuing further orders as you go.
I mean,
Good luck, Commando.
Rye, the Legends universe didn't go anywhere. It's still there. See, it's right here behind me on the shelf, right where it's always been.
Yeah, I like to, instead of saying like it's not canon or whatever, I just refer to like current canon versus Legends canon. It's still its own
I will be
canon.
providing you with support and tactical information as
But he
needed.
did not do all the
Tactical
voices
information
tomorrow.
will be displayed on your heads-up display as holographic projections. Text communications will be displayed in this area. Here are your orders. Your primary target is the
Whoever Delta 62 is the same voice actor as Carl.
Okay. That's cool. So this is the part of the game that I've played
Are you all right? You just took an
a
anti-infantry
lot.
round. Your vitals don't look very good.
So if
Shield
you
yourself with
if you were to see
There's a medical station in your vicinity.
if you were to see my playtime on Steam, it says I played this for like an hour, but that's because I played the first 5 minutes like 20 times.
Lead, your vitals are scanning 100%. You are ready to proceed.
So what do you think about what Rye said, Jess? He says that he'd like to see a
Uploaded. Get over to the crashed gunship.
a
Updating
Revan
location
movie.
to objective tracker. The
Like,
objective tracker will point
personally,
towards
that's
the
not
target.
something I don't know that I would want, but What do you think about the idea of seeing
Secure the area in front of the crash gun ship.
Revan stuff?
Well, about Revan specifically, I've always felt that I like Revan too much to really want to see him adapted. Like, I feel like if they brought in the Old Republic to current canon, it would just get messed up. But as long as it exists in Legends, it's like preserved, you know?
Right.
So it's kind of how I feel there. Nolan's a Darth Maul movie is super possible now.
We got a Darth Maul movie. It's called Seasons 3, 4, and 5, and 6 of the Clone Wars.
Clone Wars.
Season...
And the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, and Season 3 of Rebels.
But
Or Season 2 and 3.
True. I think it'd be cool though if they did like a Kira Maul movie.
I think so too.
I would watch that for sure. In a lot of ways, I feel like Solo was an expanded universe movie. Like there was very little about that was fundamentally different than Han's expanded universe story. There are differences, but there's nothing that really changed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it was the most expanded universe of anything we've seen so far, honestly.
Yeah.
Like even
Yeah, I mean, like
in a way
Rogue
more
One
so than
changed it, but
yeah.
the Black Series figures are really cool. I don't have any of them, but I'm very jealous of them. They look very, very cool.
Yeah, I was looking at a Kanan Black Series figure, actually. And I usually like the Black Series figures, but the Kanan one really struck me as kind of off. You know that way that, like on the cover of A New Dawn, like it's Harren Kanan, but it's definitely not Harren Kanan?
Right, yeah.
The Kanan Black Series figure is that Kanan. So like it's Kanan, but only just.
It's like, if you saw my review of the Mace Windu Jedi of the Republic comic, and I was like, most of the art's kind of okay, except for there's this one image of Yoda that I do not understand.
Yeah, I had not read that by the time I saw your review of that, and then I read it afterwards, and I was like, oh, like this is not good.
This art is very strange. Like, and it's not like the art was fundamentally bad, because I described it like the characters we hadn't seen before all looked great.
Right.
It was just like the adaptation of characters that we already knew what they looked like. We're like, what? It's like they took Mace Windu, but then instead of having them be played by Samuel L. Jackson, he was played by like Wesley Snipes or something. It was just like, I know this is Mace Windu because you told me it's Mace Windu.
Right.
Are you big in the collecting scene, Rye? That's I gotta say, it's one of my weaknesses as a fan. It's something where I kind of know stuff, but I collect more of like books and stuff.
And my personal collecting is mostly Funko figures. Oh, that's cool. 2 Kanan and a Kyle Katarn.
Throw a couple thermal grenades to take them out.
My kind of pet theory with Rogue One that they didn't do, and it's not a big deal that they didn't do it, because I honestly didn't think they would, but I really wanted, when we knew that it was Felicity Jones, but we didn't know like anything else about the movie, I really wanted, instead of Jen Erso, I wanted Kyle Katarn, but like gender bender. And like, they just made a female Kyle Katarn, but otherwise the story was completely the same. Because Kyle can be a gender. I grew up with a girl named Kyle.
It could be Kylie Katarn.
Kyle.
And then we pull in
Can you imagine?
the Kardashian.
Can you
things.
imagine how angry Twitter would be?
Yes, as a matter of fact. I can imagine exactly how
angry the
Twitter would
Twitterverse would be.
So we just met the first one of our squad mates here. I kind of glossed over that because I played this part of the game a dozen times.
Good.
But one of the cool things about this game, if you haven't played it before, is it's very much a solo player, like squad tactics kind of game. So from what I understand, is that one of the squads have kind of different strengths, as you might expect. And so you can direct them around.
We got warriors here.
I'll say too, for this to be an older game, I'm kind of impressed with the graphics of it so far.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like 2018 4K graphics or anything, but it's more than. Oh,
One of your squad mates is on the way with a med pack.
I haven't died before. This is new.
Surprise!
Before they kill you.
Oh, what do I do?
Gotta hang tight, I guess.
There we go. I think I figured it out. Now let's heal up, because that has literally never happened to me in like the hour I've played this game. Yeah, Nolan. If you start running in other directions, for instance, while you're testing a stream and don't want to go too far, they do start working in some Easter eggs like that, where they tell you to stay on target and why aren't you at your post and things like that.
That's funny.
Scanning for protected.
Oh, that's cool, Rye. I've thought about starting up a PortHaven Instagram account. I just don't know what I would put on there, really.
I don't fundamentally know what Instagram is. I feel like I should know.
I will also say this is now the furthest I've ever been in the game.
Remember, Delta Lead, your ultimate objective is Sun Fac, but your immediate objective is to rendezvous with Delta 40.
I don't know what Delta 62 is in this game, but Delta 62 is voiced by the voice of Karth, so he's already starting out on a bad foot with me.
I think I'm Delta 62.
Oh, are you? But why would you not have Tamara Morrison's voice?
It's either me or Scorch.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
There's your Easter egg. I got a bad feeling about this.
Delta 40 is on the other side of this door. Place a charge and blow it. I'll warn him to step back. Let's rearrange.
You know, the whoever just said I got a bad feeling about this was 100% Karth. I know that voice. Raphael Sabarge. I don't know how to say his name, but he's also Jiminy Cricket in Once Upon a Time.
I think you told me that. That's like really strange to me.
Yeah, especially when you get to see his face. And then he had like a 4-episode arc in season 6 of 24. Fat Batman!
Hey, Batman.
With your visor, sir.
No, 6-2 is Scorch, and this is 4-0 is Fixer. If I look at them, it tells me.
Okay. I think you're boss. I think that's the name of the main guy.
I will also say I know one kind of spoiler about this game, but I don't know the details or when it happens. So I just know a thing happens eventually, but I think it's kind of late game when it happens. Yeah, I'm watching out for these Geonosians now, because it was one of them that ripped my head open a minute ago. Like, that was almost like straight out of like an Alien movie or something, because
right, yeah, it's
like I was just watching and then there was a bug that jumped at my face and I was dead.
Mm-hmm.
You're nearing a secure door leading to the hangar.
Yeah, the Clone Wars, the Nolan, the different personalities of the clones is really brought out there. It's a lot of fun.
Unlock that door, Delta. I'll need some cover here.
I've never even played any game like this. Like I used to really like the Splinter Cell games, the Tom Clancy games, and there was another Tom Clancy franchise that was Rainbow Six.
Advisor,
It was kind of like this.
Ocean fighters in the hangar.
But I never played that. So it's the first kind of game I played like this.
The only kind of squad game I ever played was terrible, and it was XCOM The Bureau. It's like a spin-off XCOM game, and it had squad tactics. I've never played anything that has like this.
Whoa.
Fat Batman, I see it a lot in the Umbara arc too, with General Prowl. Really cool seeing just how different clones would treat like orders in different ways.
You might want to save some ammo for the enemy, sir.
Yep. When you get there, you are correct that one of my teammates just made fun of me for missing when I was shooting. So that's the kind of game this is. Kind that makes fun of you when you do it bad.
I didn't know you were in Japan. Are we doing another screen? Like, am I also on screen somewhere? Is that what you mean? Because if so, then no. It's Jango's turn. If you mean another stream, we'll probably do another one next week.
I'd like some explosives here, Deltas.
Affirmative. Placing charge. Cover me. Almost ready, sir.
This is like a solar scale, like what Count Dooku has.
Yeah.
Fire in the hole.
Good work, Deltas.
One of my favorite parts of the only Battlefront game I've ever played is the original Battlefront. It came out probably around the same time this one did, a little bit before. And you could fly around on Geonosis, and you could fly in the starfighters, and I always like that part.
That's cool.
Good one, sir.
This reminds me of all the fun levels you had playing
Switching to night vision.
Jedi Outcast in the dark.
Yeah. Yep.
I know those were your favorite.
My favorite, when I couldn't see anything.
And then the battery would run out, and you're still trying to like figure out where to go.
With the I can't even remember what I called them, but the ankle biters, the ankle biter parts that I watched right after I saw Alien Covenant for the first time.
Switch off that visor, Delta. It's plenty bright in here.
Initiate radical restructuring,
Good. Now
Commando.
use the demo charge to clear the path.
Hey, Jango, you're showing something weird on the screen. It's just my name.
Somehow it switched scenes in OBS.
That's true. Rye, I really am thinking about it. I have Force Unleashed, I have this Sith Edition, and I've considered streaming it, but I haven't tested it to see if my computer can run it and stream it. But if we can, I would like to do that very much.
Let me change some of my OBS hotkeys. Maybe that to the thing. Is that better? Is it?
Well, it's at least it's the we're back to the stream.
Okay, good. Good. Yeah, like I said, I'm playing with a controller configuration, so like all of the controller keys are mapped to like actual keys. So.
Charge is hot, sir.
I'm getting summoned by my brother. I'll be right back.
Get clear.
Do you think we used enough? Delta Lead, you need to keep your squad focused and under your direction. Use your squad commands to get results.
Rye, I know that we have both
Powering up.
played the first Force Unleashed game. I think Jess has played the second one, but I have not myself.
You, Bacta, now.
On my way, squad leader.
but I don't know what we're gonna stream. I think Jess owns them, but I don't know if she can stream them or not. There might be something to check out. I know we do have a couple of different games kind of planned for the future, but I don't know kind of what order we're gonna do those in. YB played before, if you've seen it. She played Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast, and I know that she wants to finish that game or that series and play Jedi Academy. So I think that's the thing we have planned for the future, but I don't know kind of what our schedule is for that. Yeah, that's kind of my impression too, Fat Batman, is that it wasn't kind of as bad as it was billed to be, but I've never played it, so I don't really know. And Empire at War would be a good one too, but Jess owns Empire at War, but it's on an old laptop,
Super battle droids.
so
Concentrate your squad's fire on single targets to penetrate their armor.
so that's another one that we've talked about playing in the future. Sorry, I'm still learning the game mechanics here. And yeah, GCG. I am let's see. Yeah, we're going Commando today. Yeah, I've played several of the Lego Star Wars games. There was several games that were like rolled into one at one point. I guess it was kind of the Saga games. This was before the Clone Wars came out. I'm struggling to figure out how to revive myself here. Let's see. But
I returned.
Hello.
I see John is here.
Yeah, we're talking about other games we might want to play. We're getting some suggestions. I got questions about The Force Unleashed and Empire at War and
All this good stuff.
the Lego Star Wars games.
Oh, Ryan, I've read both Force Unleashed novels. I like them very much. But I can go back.
Hold up.
I never got to play Force Unleashed 2. It was never ported to Apple. The Yoda power screen's back up. Thanks, Nolan.
Is it?
Yep.
Good grief, how is this? I'm gonna have to figure that out. It's something about when I start hitting random buttons. So don't hit random buttons anymore is what I have learned from this.
This is like this dark screen with my name on it.
Yeah, well it's the scene that I use when I just switched to you on our streamcasts.
Yeah.
And because you're not on your camera in Discord, it doesn't know what to do. So that's
I gotcha.
that is the issue there.
Yes, Nolan. That's exactly what I did. I did in the Steam Summer Sale. I bought the original Dark Forces game, which is the first Kyle Katarn game, which was not available for Mac when I started stuff. And I have Jedi Academy, so those are two that are probably going to come up.
Are we back now? Does that look right?
Nice one.
Yep, we're good.
Assisting 4-0. Give me another.
Looks like he needs a revive, Delta.
These things are even uglier when they're dead.
Also, I started consuming food, so if I start chewing really loudly, someone just let me know.
I really need to find a Bacta container around
I'm good to go, Deltas.
Oh, here's one. That's convenient. It's almost like the game would know I needed one.
Delta, begin door breach.
On our way. Placing detonator. Clear. Grenade! Target down. So that's how I
Eliminate target.
Hey, Steven's here!
Yes, outside
Hi,
the shield.
Steven.
Steven!
Position. We need a target on Sunfac.
If you've watched Cheers, I feel like Steven is Norm. So whenever he shows up, it's like, Norm! Steven!
Delta lead, it is
I can-
absolutely vital that
I can see that.
Sunfac not escape. Sunfac spider is warming up. Delta, what are you doing?
I don't know, would that make Nolan Cliff?
He's taking off. Now you've lost.
Hey, this is not my fault. I told the guy to come up here and do the thing. If he doesn't do the thing, like, I don't know what you want from me, game.
Ooh, yeah! I love that smell. All I smell is burnt Geonosian. 3-8, my
Ugh.
scanners show an explosion. That's affirmative. Subject terminated. You see that? That craft didn't look Geonosian.
I don't want to know what burnt Geonosian smells like, by the way.
I'll check the intelligence database. Move on, Deltas.
Smells like
Time to
dinner.
celebrate, Deltas. As you already know, 3-6's squad has been incapacitated. Their mission was to disable the droid factory in this sector. Your squad has been retasked for this purpose. Proceed to the elevator.
Heal up, Delta.
On my way. Cover.
I'm eating the official stream food that I eat during almost every stream, which is Pop-Tarts.
Not Cheez-Its.
Not Cheez-Its. The Cheez-Its box might be gone next Dreamcast because we got our first official fan art, and I'm probably going to petition to make that opening screen.
Intelligence indicates that there are several factories buried
Fred the
deep
Jovial
underground,
Sith.
but they are impenetrable to our large
Fred the Jovial Sith.
signatures
Knox's
emanating from this
favorite
spire tell us there is
Sith.
a factory below. Neutralizing one of these factories will tip the scales in our favor for the surface battle. Our scanners cannot pinpoint the
Yeah,
factory's
Nolan,
exact
that's kind of what I was
location
thinking
because
too.
of a jamming device
That
located
little bitty
in the
sort of
area
hint of
position.
ozone.
First, disable the jamming device.
Mm-hmm.
Once
I
that
should
is
probably be
accomplished,
reading
I can
whatever
guide
they're
you to
telling
your
me
main target. Our
I'm
communication
supposed to do.
will be sporadic.
I do that a lot in games too. It's like, oh yeah, words? Right, words.
Too bad it was just warriors.
I mean, for the most part, all of my guys keep running ahead of me anyway,
Hey, Seb.
so
This one looks like your mother.
I'm assuming. Oh, this. Oh, there's a joke coming. You won't hear it for a few seconds.
The best part about that joke is Karth said it. I mean, Proto Darth Vader
Find out
might show
what's
up.
on the other side.
On our way.
That's true. He was a general.
Setting charge.
Mm-hmm.
Clear.
Apparently not. Spoilers, Nolan.
Grenade. Breach successful. Let's go. That smell. They're harvesting fidna resin. Highly explosive
Oh,
in its
yeah.
raw form.
We all know what Fidna resin smells like.
Guard! Go, go.
I hear machinery below. Looks like we're on the right track.
I really could have sworn I was in charge of this unit. They keep telling me a lot of things to do.
Multiple targets on the bridge.
Looks like a good place for a little sniper action.
You gotta assert your authority.
I respect my authority.
I think every clone's mom is Tan Wee. That Batman.
Sniper mode.
That's how I choose.
Very accurate.
Choose to see it.
Nice shot.
Do you think the jamming device is like an MP3 player in Star Wars?
Gotta get your jams on.
Jamming device. Play a little. What's the thing from Soul? It's like chicken in a pot or whatever. It's like
Oh,
that
yeah.
really weird track from the soundtrack.
Always
Always make sure they're dead.
I never heard Rule 17. I know Rule 34.
One more down. Sound good. Must be the battle upstairs.
I don't want to be speciesist in Star Wars or anything, but I'm really not down with these Geonosians.
So my deep dark secret that I've had as my whole life as a Star Wars fan is I don't like Rhodians, and I don't know why, and I'm probably speciesist against Rhodians for no good reason. But just for some reason, I've just always had a thing against Rhodians. I don't know if it's a deep-seated Greedo thing or what.
Let's give them a wide berth just to be safe.
Oh, this reminds me of which season is it? Season 1 or season 2 of the Clone Wars, where they go in and it's like the like the Queen or whatever.
Yeah, season 2.
Oh, I don't know if I should do this. Should I kill the baby Geonosians? This seems so mean.
It's what Saw Gerrera would do.
Is this a dark side playthrough?
It's what Saw Gerrera did in Rebels.
That's true. Oh, I just don't know how I should feel about blowing up these eggs. I'm not super down with it. They seem to be exploding either way, so. Has anybody ever played Halo? This it's a drain on the economy. Yeah, I read an essay about that one time. These are like little ankle biter things too. But
I don't think they would have scared me as much if I hadn't just watched Alien Covenant. Which, speaking of which, I should rewatch Alien Covenant. I'm like the only person that liked that movie in the whole world, and I don't even care. More for me.
Oh, they're like spitting stuff. I don't like this. Stop this. Go away.
Aren't you glad you killed the eggs now?
It's the eggs that are causing me problems.
Oh my gosh! They're like egg zombies. They're like flaming egg zombies. This is terrifying.
This reminds me, Jess, I know you've not played Halo, but if anybody out there has played Halo, I'm assuming some of you can, or you have before, like those first levels where you first start fighting the Flood, and they're just everywhere.
But it's shielded.
Like that's what those
controls to that shield must be nearby.
That's what those things remind me of. Disable the
John, Prometheus is criminally underrated as a movie.
I like Prometheus. I've not seen Alien Covenant at all, but I like Prometheus. I thought it was a good movie, even as like just a standalone thing. Like, you know, it ended up being related to Alien, but like when it was supposed to be kind of in the same universe, but we didn't know if it was going to be like super related. I was always on board for it.
Also, Nolan, I adore Jawas, so this is going to be a thing we have to work through in our friendship. But I love Jawas a lot. When I play The Force Unleashed, I refuse to kill any of the Jawas, even though they attack me with like little flame things.
Yeah, right, Batman. This is basically the Flood. Oh, look at this. So this is a jamming device, and if I get close to it, it messes up my head.
Oh. Do you also start busting out into sick dance moves?
There's a computer console at the opposite end of this room.
Not yet, anyway.
The shield to the jamming device.
I gotta find the boogie bombs. I'm about dead. Maybe let's get some health. Let's get other people over here to get health too.
Retreating back to.
You know, my guys probably wouldn't need quite as much Bacta if I could turn off friendly fire.
On your 6, 3-8. Thanks for the assist, Delta.
When I played the first Battlefront, like first Battlefront, I had friendly
Just
fire
lining
on
up
for a
to
while.
die.
And then there was this one time I was playing as the the Rebels. I was on the Bespin map. I'll never forget it. I was
Yeah.
standing there, and I was firing at the stormtrooper, and one of my teammates literally ran in front of me, and somehow got a headshot and died.
That jamming device.
Yeah, we'll get right on that.
And I just kind of like stared at the screen, and I was like, "Sorry, Joe." Like literally, he just like ran in front of me.
Geonosian warriors ahead.
So this game is darker than I thought it would be.
Give us some sniping,
Like,
Commando.
not that I really knew one way or another. How did I?
Right.
How am I?
We'll beat them, Delta Squad.
How am I almost dead again? I don't understand. What even just happened?
Huh.
Oh yeah, you
Get
got
yourself some
shot by
vector,
something.
Getting
Commando.
back to no can do, sir.
Was there like a turret in the room or something?
Maybe. Or like a Geonosian sniper? This guy. Yep. Definitely this guy. Just like you. Just like you. Jeez.
Hold on to your guns while we reload theirs.
He's very spry.
Yeah, so if you hadn't figured it out, I'm apparently not good at this yet. So
This might get sticky.
ooh, a dislike, 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 dislike.
Getting a little grody.
Assisting 4-0.
Yeah, anytime somebody says this might be a little sticky, like I'm just
Heal up, Delta.
not a
Yes, sir.
not a fan
On my
of
way.
that.
So, in the BioShock series, which I promise I will stream for you someday, since you probably won't play it
Cancel that
yourself,
vector, Delta.
Yes,
the
sir.
DLC of the last game
Heal up, Delta.
Yes,
has
sir.
one of
On
the
my way.
most intense. It's not a cutscene because I can like move around a little bit and stuff, but I can't really interact either. I'm just watching dialogue play out, so I don't really know what you call it.
Yeah.
But it's this really intense, one of the most intense scenes in a video game I've ever sat through. And all I'll say to describe it is, quote, transorbital lobotomy. And I just remember it happening, and I'm just like, I'm screaming at the screen. It's terrifying.
4-0, ready for duty.
Give us some sniping, Commando.
Target practice.
Moving to cover.
Place a charge on the jamming device.
I keep
Affirmative.
hearing my own
Placing charge.
voice and going, gosh, I'm annoying. Why do I talk?
Enemy droid here. Almost ready, sir. Thanks, sir. You got it.
It's always fun when you remember that grenades are a thing.
Explosives prime, squad.
Get clear.
Move. Let's move, Delta Squad.
Damn, sorry.
Maybe I didn't
I'm
kill
not alone
anybody.
in my
Communications coming back online. Initial scans show a large complex one level below your current location. Make your way through the opening behind the jamming device.
So all our bots are up.
Yeah.
Initiate vector procedures, Delta.
I probably have like no midichlorians because I'm never in this chat with
Cancel
this
that
name.
vector, Delta.
Yes, sir. Holding on.
I can,
Yep, I have 305.
Retrieving back to...
all right, we gotta fix that. So let's see.
I'm always in as the Port Haven account.
Where are we at? Viewers. Yeah, let's scroll all the way down to the bottom here to find you.
Nolan's betting it all.
How many do you have? 305.
305, yeah. Nolan
Stephen,
got lucky. He just doubled his money.
Stephen Donnelly 2 and 3 have more than that. There you are.
Steven. Oh, Steven.
Okay, you have a few more than that now.
Yay!
If you want to check again.
How do I start a bounty with this?
It's just bounty and then the amount. Yeah.
Oh, no, nothing, Steven. You didn't say anything. It was, Jango was looking at stream currency, and he said that Stephen Donnelly 2 and 3 had more than the account I'm typing in currently.
There is a ledge at the end of this shaft. You can rappel to the lower level from that ledge.
Let's get down to the lower level.
Right behind you, squad leader.
Stay alert. I'm reading a sudden surge of activity in your
Oh,
area.
we're back on Yoda power.
Jeez, what? OBS, what is your life? Here, let me do this.
It just misses me.
I'm gonna open it up in studio mode with the same scene on both slides. So maybe if it switches, it'll just switch to the same one. Yeah, we'll get this worked out before next time. Hopefully. Assuming I can figure out what's actually wrong.
Vent shafts leading to the factory are located on the opposite side of the spire from your location. Figures. My readings are unable to find a way across the spire.
Does, Nolan, you're right.
You're going to have to get creative with this one.
Warriors, keep them at arm's length, Deltas.
Flank the new target.
Find cover. That's a kill.
You know, it's always
Set
good
up a
when the
barricade
game
on the
tells you,
bridge.
hey, don't get close
Let's get
to
a
that.
charge set on that crate.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I always get nervous whenever I find a bunch of health in a game,
Yeah.
because it's the #1 way for the game to say, like, you're about to die. Here's every health kit.
What the hell was that?
Geonosian elite. Watch out for the lasers.
Assume snipe position, Delta.
Yes, sir.
Initiate radical restructuring, Commando.
Scorch priming charge. Weapon ready.
Radical restructuring, aka blow that thing up.
I can't rush this, you know? Explosives prime, sir.
Yes, Steven, there's a limit to the flip coin. To make sure you don't lose all your midichlorians at once.
Oh, for the audit, Lukovic is up to love. 2 sets to 1.
Do what?
And Halef has 1.
Seven's out.
Those are words.
Hang on, fixer.
Yep,
Pumping
those
around.
are all
Get
words.
some backup, soldier.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. You're gonna check some other numbers here.
The England game starts in 10 minutes, and I'm gonna need somebody to tell me what's going on.
I mean, I'm watching games in England. I just don't think I the game.
Lead it down. Reloading. Can you die later, sir? It just isn't a good time.
Easily.
Yeah, this is not going well.
Need meds.
Hold it together, Deltas.
Yeah, so if you notice those symbols down in the left corner, what that means is that all 3 of my guys are unconscious right now.
Delta squad.
Yep.
I think we just lost Delta squad.
So if you die, what happens?
I guess it goes back to the last save point.
Save.
Yeah.
Vent shafts leading to the factory are located on the opposite side of the spire from your location. Figures. My readings are unable to find a way across the spire to the factory. You're going to have to get creative with this one.
So I couldn't tell what I was supposed to do. Like, I instructed them to do the things that it told me to do,
This might get sticky.
and I couldn't tell if it just wasn't doing that or if I was just
Flank the new target.
dying trying to accomplish that purpose.
Squad. Nice hit, Delta 3.
Like I couldn't tell if I was supposed to be doing something
They've set up
different
a
or just
barricade on the
doing
bridge. Let's
the
get a
same
charge set
thing
on
but
that
better.
crate. We could use a hold here, Delta.
Scorch, priming charge. Need some cover, squad.
Really, sir.
Ready.
What the hell was that?
Geonosian elite. Watch out for the lasers.
Take cover, Delta.
Only the fat Batman
Keep moving,
gotta
Delta.
pay out from the bounty.
That's how it goes sometimes. The odds are weighted pretty heavily in your favor.
On your 6, boss. Warriors.
Ah,
Swat those bugs. Hold on, sir. Come back first.
yeah, Steven, I like Francis Chance. Honestly, the thing that's gonna hurt them is that they're gonna have to get through Brazil. I feel bad telling them to come heal me when they're dying themselves, but I'm not gonna say I'm the most important, but
But
I'm most important.
Back for more.
Health. Capsule over here.
We've lost Scorch.
Geonosian built.
Yeah, Nolan, that's why, or not Nolan, Steven, that's why we have limits to some of these games, is because I don't want you to lose all your midichlorians all at once.
Now I'm ready. Returning in a moment.
Eliminate target.
Subject terminated here.
Initiate radical restructuring, Commando.
Being explosives.
Yep, we're all almost dead again.
John says, nah fam, I'm with here. Me, personally, I'm going to suplex the
4 rows down.
team, steal the cup, sit down, for water.
Okay.
I mean, sure. I mean,
I think we just lost Delta Squad.
say that. You spend
Vent shafts leading to the factory are located
Third time's
on
the charm,
opposite
right,
side
guys?
of the spire from your location.
You got
Figures,
this.
My readings are unable to find a way across the spire to the factory. You're going to have to get creative with this one.
we're hitting what
Geonosian
nap
warriors
time.
ahead.
I'm trying real hard to ignore that today.
They've set up a barricade on the bridge.
Dude,
Let's get a charge
Evolution
set
looks
on that crate.
really cool. I've watched
Commence demolitions maneuver,
a couple
Delta.
people play it. Runway Robot, who's a friend of mine, streams it, and Wee Hours Gaming does a LP of it.
We can take
It's
him out.
pretty cool.
With extreme pleasure, sir.
Charge is hot, sir.
What game
Take
is that?
cover, Deltas.
Jurassic World Evolution.
Oh, I have seen some gameplay for
It's
that.
like
Position.
What the hell was
it's
that?
like zoo tycoon.
Watch out for the lasers.
Yeah.
Keep moving, Deltas.
Did you ever see any gameplay of Ark
Yes.
Evolved or something like that?
Ark Survival. Yeah. It's fun. A little every now and again. And I've been meaning to. I feel like if I don't have my own server, it's kind of like pointless.
Systems down.
Yeah.
Catch me, bugs!
filth.
Oh.
You could use some backup. Hold off on that vector.
Serving backup. Leader is down. Protocol
3-8, can you hear me? I'm reading low vital signs from your squad.
Fourth time's a charm, right?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, it takes so much to like.
Nobody look. Nobody look at this. Weird.
Oh,
This is
looking.
the part you can't see. So this is top secret.
You don't see any.
Yep.
Vent shafts leading to the factory
There's
are
a
located
Jedi
on the
mind
opposite
trick
side
here.
of the spire.
You saw nothing.
Figures. My readings are unable to
You
find
did
a way
not
across
see
spire to
the
factory.
difficulty
I would have
level
to get creative
change.
with this one.
You did. It was just a force vision,
flank the new
and
target.
that's the dark
Yep.
side.
Yep. Yes, as I would tell
Set
you.
up a barricade on the bridge. Let's get a charge set on that crate.
You like how
I'd like some explosives here,
it worked in
Deltas.
that plug?
Cancel that, Commando.
Yep. You're very good at work
Could use a hold here, Deltas.
for video.
Setting charge. Busted another boss. Need some cover here.
62's down. 62 is down.
There's a lot of mouthing off the robot going on in chat.
Oh, is there? I'll admit to not paying attention at the moment.
That's alright, I'm watching.
I've got a guy that's dead over here. I kind of feel like for this level, what I should be doing is just playing medic for the rest of them, because they're obviously better at this than I am. So you guys do all the shooting, and I'm just gonna.
What the hell was that?
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
run around
it's
and
not
give
a
you some
bad
back.
strategy.
Eliminate target.
It was a pleasure.
Right now I'm out of ammo. This is the part where it's gone south every other time.
Watch your backs, Deltas.
Enemy down. Returning in a moment.
Eliminate target.
The workday calling to me. That's the problem with working third shift.
Give me another. They just died.
Keep at it, squad.
I agree. Why won't they
40's
just
in count.
die?
Geonosian filth.
I-
I have some dead guys here. Let's go make them
Assist that Commando.
undead.
6-2, aiding Sev. Again.
This game throws some serious shade.
Returning for duty.
Hold it together, Deltas.
Are all Geonosians this tough? Few elites. Delta 4-0, all set.
I wonder if you. I think it's interesting.
Rearrange some architecture,
Squad
Deltas.
command, and not a game where you could choose to play as whichever of the four if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Explosives prepped and ready. Powering up.
And I think that's what I'm realizing here, is that
Fire in the hole.
you kind of have to play this as more of a squad game, because
Assume
like
snipe
me
position,
trying to
Deltas.
run
On
around
my way.
and let them do their
We'll
thing
beat
is
them,
not
Delta
working.
Squad.
Insect pests. Good to go.
Hold it together, Deltas.
Let's get everybody healed up over here. I want to fight more droids and less of these Geonosians. How can we?
Right?
How can we make that happen? Oh, you're right.
How
Thanks.
can we facilitate this?
So all my guys are dead. So that's fun. Let me get not dead, trying to undead them.
Thanks to the assist, Delta. Reloading.
Get yourself some Vector, Commando.
It's like more intense Fortnite with all this reviving.
Yeah. Like I feel like that's all I'm doing is reviving guys right now.
Hold on a minute.
Because
Vector applied.
guy up there. Like, good grief.
Looks like he needs a revive, Delta.
I got one more somewhere that's dead.
6-2 powering up.
I'm ready for battle.
Fine shooting, boss.
You, Vector.
Everybody come
now.
back here.
I'm heading there now.
Everybody come get health.
At us again.
We can take him out from here.
Taking position, boss. Scorched in position.
Anyone? I don't know.
Is this okay?
I think it is now.
Commando.
Testing 4-0.
How's the?
Dead local.
Thing saying it was dropping frames, but it's doing it
No
again.
way across. Looks like we're gonna have to make our own bridge.
Oh, yep,
A
it's
well-placed bomb at the
offline for
bottom
me
of the
right now.
spire might
Every time I stop to do something about it, though, it comes back. Let's see. Is there anything I don't need? It was doing pretty good. It only dropped a few frames. Is everybody still there? Is it working all right? Is anybody watching? This has been terrible. I'm not gonna lie.
And then you might feel it. We're having good. We're having good talk. I was so first thing boring around.
Down. 62 is down.
Fetch questing.
Yeah.
stop looking around and get some Vector, soldier.
Retrieving Vector, sir.
I'm tapped out.
Yeah, no one still sees it.
Good to go, sir. 3-8 behind you. Alien down.
Initiate radical restructuring, Commando.
Affirmative. Placing charge. Cover me. Almost ready, sir.
Get yourself some Vector, Commando.
I'm heading there now.
All right.
Charge is armed, sir.
Stand back, Doubters.
Objective
Do
accomplished.
that.
That did the trick.
Everybody's mostly
So you're trying to bring
healed
down
now.
the
Proceed
spire.
to you nicely.
Yeah, and I had to blow up this bridge thing to
Nice
get
work,
across it.
Deltas. The factory is
I'm just,
directly across from
I
your
feel like
target.
my only objective right now is to keep my my squad alive, and that has proven to be pretty difficult. And I'm
The
out of
factory is at
ammo,
the other end of this
so
ventilation
I've just
shaft.
got this little.
Hurry.
Oh, thank the maker. There we go.
There you go.
I feel like that just took 6 hours. Like we need to, like, I feel like it should be a
We've
different
only been
day
going.
right now. Like, whew. I also woke
We've
up
only
at
been
2
going
o'clock
an
this morning.
hour. So
So, wha-
specifically, I woke up at 2 and left
Oh.
my house by 2:30.
so before I start this, this next thing, one of the things I was gonna get chat to kind of help me with today. Yeah, it might, Nolan, calling somebody an alien. I don't know, but then like everybody's an alien, so I don't. But there is a lot of like anti non-human attention, especially in Legends canon. That was a lot bigger deal. The Empire.
I feel like they're making
non-humans.
it more about droids in current canon than aliens.
Yeah.
But yes, it was a thing.
But so one of the videos I'm going to put out this week, because if you didn't know, I think we mentioned this last week, but Jess is on a YouTube vacation this week. Apart from hanging out with us today. But one of the videos I'm going to do this week is things that are as confirmed as the Kenobi movie is. Because if you're unaware, the Kenobi movie is 100% not confirmed. So whatever.
Not even close confirmed.
Yes, so like 0% confirmed is the Kenobi movie. So if you have thoughts about things that are equally as confirmed as the Kenobi movie, and you want to put them in chat, I might use some of your suggestions. It could be things like Luke Skywalker has 3 heads. Or it, you know, whatever you think. That's something you can leave me in the chat, and I'll check that after the stream and see.
If you wanted to be really trolly, you could be like, Han shot first is as confirmed as the Kenobi movie.
You know, you're not wrong.
Let's rearrange
I'm not
the
wrong.
architecture, Delta.
Scorch, priming charge. With red, green, or red, green, red.
And he's supposed to be the demolition expert.
I also want to point out, while we wait for them to blow up this door, that I ran out of ammo like 15 minutes
Get
ago.
clear.
I love that sound.
Holiday Special Remastered. Yep. As confirmed as Kenobi.
Yep. For the record, that is not a cheat. It's whatever Disney. Kenobi has never, at any point in time of the universe, been confirmed. I think it's funny because in my head I'm like, you're gonna make this video, and then 2 days later they're gonna confirm the movie.
Huh. Well, then I will have been the omen that made it happen, and I will claim credit. I made this happen.
There you go.
I mean, because I already feel like I did that with Nera, because I made a video saying, "Hey, Dave Filoni, let these people kiss," and then like a week later, that's exactly what happened.
Breach charge.
Everyone was happy.
Clear.
I was so happy. You and I were just freaking out on the commentary track.
Main computer. I should have access to unlock doors once the link is established.
Oh, as we then a heck of a lot more than kiss.
Yeah.
You know, unless
I mean, unless
Twilight
kissing makes a baby
Powering up.
in Star Wars.
Yeah,
Oh, look, ammo.
it might. Right?
Fair enough.
Like touching hands is the closest we'll get to a Lost Star scene. So, you know.
Eliminate tug.
Thanks, sir. You got it.
Eliminate tug.
So I super
Hey,
hate
there's some Max
super
Rebo
battle droids. I would play that game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm 100% down with a Max Rebo Rock Band game.
You want to some Max Rebo love.
The second conduit is at the end of the assembly line on the production floor. You need to take them both out.
Super Battle Droid is a lot tougher than the ones in the movies.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I guess we mostly see like Jedi taking them out, but
Yeah.
that was intense. All right, everybody's healed up.
Everyone has good vital signs, sir.
Commence door breach.
Commencing.
Yeah, Nolan, I've always said that if I ever go to a Star Wars celebration, I would love to cosplay as Max Rebo.
Here's the first power conduit.
Yeah.
Let's get down to the lower level.
Powering up.
Eliminate tug.
Oh, these super battle droids suck.
They're almost
Good
like
grief.
the Death Troop
Oh yeah.
or Dark Troopers or whatever. I've never understood that naming scheme.
But you know, the Death Troopers are the ones that bring death, and the Dark Troopers are the ones that are dark.
Yeah.
Even though the Dark Troopers are also bring death, the Death Troopers are also pretty dark.
Right.
You know, Stormtroopers are named because they only fight when it's raining.
Yep.
That is as confirmed as the Kenobi movie, fans.
The Kenobi movie, that's a great one. I like that.
So in case you didn't notice, I'm out of ammo
Let's crack
again.
that terminal, Delta.
This'll be easy.
Well, that's good.
I think there's some more
Use
right
your
here.
fists.
No terminal can match my lead
Yeah,
packs or
Nolan,
skills.
Star Wars Galaxy's coming back next week,
Slice complete, sir.
as confirmed as the Kenobi movie.
Yep.
Initiate
6-2
vector
taking
position.
position.
Want to know what's as confirmed as the Kenobi movie? The Boba Fett movie.
This is true.
Nothing like a little backed up.
Quentin Tarantino is going to get a whole saga of Star Wars films. As confirmed as the Kenobi
He's
movie.
done. Well, this is because every Star Trek or Star Wars.
Droids incoming.
Like a rumor or something that he was gonna, or
Use
was
the
that somebody
second
else?
power conduit.
Like there was somebody super
Tarantino?
random who was gonna get a Star Trek movie.
No, it was Tarantino.
Yeah.
Range, some architecture, Delta.
No, it was Tarantino.
Confirm kill.
Eliminate target.
That would be a weird Star Trek movie.
He's a big Star Trek fan.
I mean, I'm not saying it would be bad. I'm just saying it would be trippy.
It's hot, boss.
Better than, so there's another famous director who is a big Star Trek fan and who had a cameo in the first J.J. Abrams film, and that's Tyler Perry. And I would really hate to see a Tyler Perry Star Trek film.
Yeah. Yeah.
Medea goes to Vulcan.
Space.
Medea goes to Vulcan, as
Oh,
confirmed as the Kenobi
I-
movie.
Although, to be fair, Episode 9 is being directed by J.J. Abrams, who's based in Spielberg.
Wait, no. Now I like J.J. Abrams, but
I think.
Take cover, Deltas.
okay. Keep your eyes peeled for ammo. Ammo.
Okay.
If
I'll
you
keep
see-
my eyes peeled and I'll tell you about it several seconds
yeah,
after you've
after it
walked past
happens.
it.
Because there are more super battle droids here, and I have 0 bullets to shoot them with. And this pistol seriously sucks.
Confirmed.
Is this the way to go? Yep.
3-8 behind you.
Checkpoint. Goody goody. You know what would be more useful than a checkpoint, though? Some. No.
Some ammo.
Hey, look. Ammo.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Hey.
game. You're the best.
You, Bacta, now.
Ah.
Eliminate target.
I'm waiting for it to slowly come back. I might need to refresh. There we go. I got it now.
Cool, cool. Everybody still there? You still with us? You hanging out? Yeah, Fat Batman. Mace Windu, Force Ghost in Episode 9, as confirmed as the Kenobi movie. Rey is Luke's daughter, as confirmed as the Kenobi movie. I've really thought about whether or not I want to make a Reylo joke in there. In my as confirmed as the Kenobi movie video. Because that seems dangerous.
Subject terminated.
Alright.
Take
Seem to
up
be making
sniper
a little
position.
progress
Let's get that
now.
shield down so we can place the charge.
In position. Got that, Mac.
Perfect shot, Commando.
So,
Good one.
out of ammo again.
You have passed the power conduit. Get that power off the line.
Ooh! Come in, slicing protocols, Delta.
Scout over here. Let's see. Star Wars versus Alien crossover.
a few more seconds.
Yes, as confirmed as the Kenobi movie. You are
Terminal
correct.
sliced, sir.
Oh, yay, ammo!
Deltas, give me an explosive solution.
Now let's
Scorch, priming charge.
bring this over here and blow that up.
Reloading. Cover me.
More Geonosians up here.
Red, green, red.
I really hate these Geonosians.
Explosive set, 3-8.
Pack it up, Delta.
Hostiles down.
Okay. These Geonosians suck so much. Like I've never, you know,
Bug
what is
people,
that?
I tell you.
What's the bird people in the new Jedi Order that you really hate?
Take cover, Deltas.
The Ren?
Yes, that is.
Move out, squad.
That's how I
Let's get
feel
out of
about Geonosians right now.
Reloading.
Like if they could just not exist anymore. Like I'm on Saw Gerrera's side at the moment. I very much want to be off of Geonosis at the first available opportunity. I also want to be able to run up on this pipe, which I don't seem to be able to do. There we go.
Go, go.
I think we have successfully set
3-8
this thing to
advisor.
blow up.
We need to get out of here fast.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your location?
Fat Batman, me finding enough ammo, as confirmed as the Kenobi movie.
Right here. Nice of you to show up.
Hostile down.
Incoming!
Here we go. Let's get to the LZ. Oh, there we go. Nolan, I would watch Snoke's Big Adventure, the animated series. I don't know about you. And I actually feel like Phasma surviving The Last Jedi is the most likely of all of these things. Phasma's a survivor. Has anybody out there read the Phasma novel? I know Jess and I both have read it. I'm going to kind of catch my breath here for a second, guys, before we continue on. And like I said, that England-Colombia game has started, so I need somebody to keep an eye on that for me and give me some score updates as we go through. Let's see. Now that the foundries are offline, we can proceed through hostile territory. Good, because the territory we've been through so far hasn't been hostile. And gain entry to a nearby separatist vessel. Somewhere aboard there are the launch codes for the entire core ship fleet. Yeah, this seems super simple and straightforward. I feel like I'm starting to get a hang of this game, but I also feel like I definitely should have played more of this before we started the stream. I'm I'm not sure if Jess is still with me. Are you there, Jess? If you are, I cannot hear you. I need to. Yeah, it's a really good book. All of those, yeah. The ones you listed there are kind of the big ones. Those are all the ones. I know Jess really likes Aftermath too. And I really liked Aftermath, and she's about to do an Aftermath reread coming up pretty soon. But those are kind of my big ones there. Phasma, Leia, Princess of Alderaan, Bloodlines, Catalyst, Last Shot, and Lost Stars. Lost Stars, when I first read it, was my favorite Star Wars book that I'd ever read before. I've liked a couple of the new canon books since then a little bit better. But all of those are so good. I don't know if you saw on our Twitter account the other day, I'm actually, apart from just a few of the shorts, like young adult, like not even young adult, like children's things. So there's a couple of Forces of Destiny things that I haven't read. But apart from that, I'm completely caught up on new canon stuff. So I'm pretty excited about that. But let's switch back and give this another go. Play for a little while longer. Yeah, Thrawn was really good too. The sequel, Thrawn Alliances, comes out at the end of this month. I want to say on like the 24th or something like that. It's supposed to be like a Thrawn working alongside Vader book. You know, in the Thrawn book, it kind of alludes to the fact that Thrawn knew Anakin, and kind of suggests that Thrawn knew that Anakin was Vader. And I'm thinking we're going to get both of those stories in this book, but that comes out later this month. I think it's July 24th. You could check me on that. Okay, word to the wise: don't jump off cliffs. So let's reload that. You know, that's always the thing you have to do when you play a video game, is determine whether or not the game will let you jump off a cliff. And apparently our save point is right as I jumped off of the cliff. So let's reload this mission here. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. That's one of the only new books that are announced right now. I was talking to Yoda Bauer about that the other day. And there is... Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts too, is that he's going to figure out that he's Vader by the end of the book. But there's not a lot of books that are confirmed right now. So there's the Thrawn book. There's like another, so they're doing this thing that comes out later this year called Flight of the Falcon, which is supposed to be like a lot of different Millennium Falcon based stories. And there's one that I know about that is going to be Han and Chewie teaming up with Hondo. I don't know if you've seen the Clone Wars or Rebels, but Yoda Bauer really loves Hondo. And then there's a Lando book that's part of that Flight of the Falcon that comes out in September, I think.
Hang tight, trooper.
The Hondo book doesn't come out till like January, but the other one comes out, I think, September, October. But there's that. There's some reference books, but that's basically it as far as books that are confirmed right now. It's kind of crazy to me that they don't have more stuff confirmed right now. I mean, I guess technically there's the solo novelization, but I'm not big on. Yeah, it's kind of like that, except it's going to be like a series of books. So it's not going to be not going to be like an anthology like that, but I think it's kind of, that's the idea. It's more along the lines of the way that they did like the Journey to the Force Awakens and the the journey to the Last Jedi and things like that. I think it's going to be kind of a series like that where they kind of all tie in together, but that they're different.
Yeah.
Hey, are you back? Jess, can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool. We're
Yeah,
talking about...
I think I was having a... Yeah.
No, it's good. It's good. We're just talking about books that are confirmed.
Gotcha.
Or rather, the lack thereof. I really am surprised that there aren't more books that are confirmed right now.
Maneuver, Commando.
Yeah, I am too at this point. Like, I knew we wouldn't have more coming out until 9 is out, but I'm surprised we don't know more. But I guess I keep forgetting how far away episode 9 is.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know it's still another year away, like year and a half, but like we don't really have but like 3 or 4 books that are confirmed, and I would think that they're going to do something in that time frame.
Right.
Like, it doesn't have to be stuff that necessarily like deals with episode 9, and I'm assuming we'll get a Journey to episode 9 series like we did for the other books. But I'm just surprised we don't have more. Like, San Diego Comic-Con's coming up. I mean, maybe there'll be some announcements, but usually they like to have like convention copies of stuff that they can sell.
I know there's a Thrawn cover, but we already know that and it's coming up anyway.
Initiate
Right.
radical restructuring, Commando.
I mean, I'm assuming that's where we're going to get a Resistance trailer, is Comic-Con.
Could be. That makes sense. I don't know how big of a Star Wars panel they're having, but I'm assuming that there's something.
I know they had the 10-year anniversary of Clone Wars, which is just crazy.
Right. That is crazy.
Recently I was talking to somebody about Clone Wars, and I sent out a tweet about this, and I'm not convinced everybody who saw the tweet got it. But it was my annoyance anytime I say I'm watching the Clone Wars and someone says it's the worst movie, because it's not a movie.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people think Attack of the Clones is called the Clone Wars. I mean, I know there's like, the series opened with a movie, but
Right, that's not what you're talking
I
about.
don't feel like they're being, yeah.
Is there? Yes.
Hello, Knox.
Knox! Welcome aboard. You're here just in time to see me be terrible at this game. Yeah, I feel like the 10 Years of the Clone Wars doesn't make me feel super old because I got into it way after it started.
Eliminate
But I sympathize with that
Stop looping around.
feeling though.
The Clone Wars is what brought me to StarWars.com, really.
I remember.
Because I wanted, yeah.
Didn't you kind of
I
start
was
off
looking
in
for
that
people to
stuff
talk to
for it?
about it. I did, because I was looking for people to talk to about it, especially when we only knew, like, it was coming out and we were getting information about it. And that's where I met, like, Red and Wook and a bunch of other people that disappeared. Like, do you remember Torrent Commander
I do.
on Port Haven?
Yeah.
And she was around for a while, and like everyone used to make fun of her name because they thought she was Torrented a lot. But that was actually like the name of Rex's company was Torrent. My Dark Side Son was around for a while and disappeared. There was like a whole host of young people that just left.
Speaking of anniversaries and stuff, when is the anniversary for Empire?
For Empire Strikes Back in May 21st.
Of next year? Like, when is the 40th?
Oh, the 40th? Well, it'd be 2 years. 'Cause last year was the 40th of Star Wars, right? Those 3 years apart. It was, yeah, it came out in 1980, so we have to get to 2020. Yeah, I know, I'm hoping there's going to be a 40 a book for short stories for that one, too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, just in terms of like the books that are or aren't confirmed.
Yeah. I don't know.
Also, I want to say, just as a tactic for this game, if you ever play it, running the right way is helpful, as opposed to running back to the area where the level started and not realizing it.
Right.
Forward progression is what I would recommend.
6-2's getting assistance.
You're just exploring for more loot.
Yeah, sure. I do need more ammo, so.
You do.
I got an elite beam weapon. I really do feel like I'm playing Halo now.
Does that need ammo?
Probably. Let's see, how do I switch
I feel
to
like a beam weapon. You just always be able to do stuff.
My guys are running out of ammo too, so I just want to point out this is not just
It looks like there's an
a me problem.
Understood. Updating mission parameters now. 3-8.
I'm picking up some
Make your way
ammo
inside to
here.
disable the turret.
This gun is seriously creepy.
This looks like a good spot to set up a grenade position, Deltas.
This is the weapon that keeps destroying me.
We'll see if it's as powerful in your hands.
It does appear to be, but wouldn't you know it,
Set up a grenade position here,
I'm out
Delta.
of ammo.
On my way. Weapon ready. Launch in position.
Good shooting, Delta.
Why are you stuck back here?
6-2's down.
I've also learned in this game that if you tell somebody to take up a position somewhere, they absolutely will not move unless you tell them to move. Like, that is their permanent home once you tell them to live there.
Eliminate target.
You'll be like 3 levels ahead, they're still there.
6-2's down.
It's like those levels, and now we're all dead.
Delta squad has been eliminated.
Yeah, that would be awesome, Nolan. That was so OP. I don't even remember what I'm saying. I'm just so bad at this game. Quick load. I don't think that's what I wanted to do, but oh well. Oh Lord, no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Oh no. Let's do this. I was back in the terrible level. Here we go. Yeah, I also just learned that when you do a quick save, quick load takes you back to the place you quick saved. Which is helpful unless you quick saved in a terrible, terrible, terrible part of the game.
Right. I was always afraid I was gonna save Jedi Outcast in like an unbeatable position.
Oh yeah?
Because there were a couple points where I'd get real stuck and I'm like, did I just bring myself to the worst possible part of the level and I just don't know it.
The bad thing about that game is that it was possible to get into unwinnable positions.
Yep.
Like most games now won't let you get into that position. Like they'll do something to help you out before you get there. But
Boss, hold on to your guts while I rip out there.
yeah, that went poorly. Yeah, that pistol was so overpowered because you're right, on those multiplayer maps, like it had a scope and you could see all the way across the map, which was awesome on the one hand, but terrible and unrealistic on the other. The Halo weapon I really wish I had right now was a Needler.
Returning in a moment.
Eliminate target.
Have you ever played Halo? Maybe?
I have for about 5 minutes. I remember playing it with my cousin once, and it was his game on his console, and I'm so bad at consoles. And I just remember playing a level with him, and we're trying to get to like this dark factory place or something, and I could not aim my weapon and move my head. Like somehow they were pointing in different directions, and I just remember looking at the floor, and I couldn't figure out how to not look at the floor. And then I got attacked by a zombie, and I was like, why is there a zombie in space? And my cousin was just running around like saving the whole world by himself, and I was just stuck running from zombies. That's my Halo experience.
So if you're watching at home and you're thinking all of your friends are dead and you're almost dead, you are correct. That is the situation right now. Yeah, I would like for that to be true, Knox, but also an awful lot of Bacta also seems to be required. If we're being frank here, like
it's really
absurd
handy.
amounts of Bacta.
It's really handy that there's all these Bacta stations inside of a droid factory.
Yeah, like, because the droids, they just need the Bacta to regenerate their lost limbs.
Yep.
Eliminate target.
Like this super battle droid, when I blow him up in a minute, all he really needs is some Bacta.
Yep.
So you might know this. What is the difference between Bacta and Kolto?
That is a fantastic question.
Like, is it meant to be kind of the same thing? Or like, is
so.
one made from the other or something?
I feel like Kolto is like a more pure form, and Bacta is like a product of Kolto, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing I can look up.
And I don't mean to give you assignments.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine. I'm sitting here totally wide awake, looking for something to do.
4-0 at 100%.
Stop limping around and get some Bacta, soldier.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I'm not tired at all from working in the middle of the night. It's fine.
I'm sorry.
There's the turret, squad leader.
It was so hard when I had to stream on that.
Like
It was
there's an
like
opening below it.
so much caffeine. Get through it. Get through it.
Make your way inside and disable the turret.
All right, squad.
Alright,
Let's get in there and
Kolto.
start breaking things.
Proves to be legends only, so there's that. Okay, so Kolto is like Bacta, but over time,
Initiate Bacta procedures.
Bacta replaced it. I guess Bacta is better than Kolto.
Yeah.
So like back in Tor days, they used a lot of Kolto, and then they got Bacta. You know, there's a surprisingly small amount of like technological innovation in Star Wars movies, which kind of cracks me up.
Eliminate target.
Or like, I guess from like Tor era to the movie era, it's like all the things have already been invented.
Yeah. Could always be like in Star Trek Into Darkness, where they, invent a cure for death.
We'll beat them.
Right.
Dang those mechanicals.
They cure death and they eliminate the need for starships.
Feeling better.
Yep. All major problems in the world solved.
Droid unit down.
I keep getting push notifications from Steam telling me that something on my wish list is on sale, and I'm like, it's the Steam summer sale, and I still have like 20 things on my wish list that I didn't buy this time around. So yes, I think there's some things on my wish list that are on sale. I just think that's so funny. It's like, there's something on your wish list. Like, no, really? Just sit there when driving me. I mean, they did make the Death Star, so they innovated blowing up more people at once.
Delta 40 needs help. I'm on it.
So there's been a question I've been wanting to ask you for a while, but it's a potential leaky kind of spoiler thing about episode 9, and so I don't want to ask you.
If it's what you posted on the forums, I clicked on your spoiler. I clicked on your spoiler tags, but I didn't click on the link.
There's a rumor that there are a specific KOTOR tie-in that's being talked about being used in episode 9.
Okay.
And I don't think it's been confirmed by any means.
Someone assist him.
But
Go help him, Delta.
I mean, the major, like, we all knew that episode 7 was going to open with a hand floating in outer space, so I kind of take all of these things with a grain of salt anyway.
that's true.
Although that said, the leaked footage of Kylo Ren, or the leaked concept art of Kylo Ren ended up being correct.
Hold it together, Deltas.
How spoilery do you think this would be, this leak?
If it's true, it's incredibly spoilery.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, we're about to all be dead again, by the way.
I always want more space octopus Nolans. Okay, but Nox, yeah, they made Star Destroyers, but like, ships like that existed. I feel like, I mean, I don't know. First off, they existed in the Republic. Like, those could have been Kaminoan designed. And I feel like that was not the first time there were capital ships. I mean, look at the ships in KOTOR. So, like, even if the Sith designed those ships in KOTOR, that still means, like, there was no change in 2,000 years.
If this thing that I think is going to happen is confirmed, it would be a thing that would make a whole lot of Star Destroyers all at once very quickly.
What are they saying, the Starforge is going to be in it?
That's what I've heard, that the First Order has the Starforge.
The Starforge. I mean, I don't know.
And I walked off the cliff.
I doubt it would be like... I doubt it would be like the Starforge, like, and then bring in the Ricotta and all of that.
Yeah.
But like having some sort of super factory, I could see.
Here's the turret, squad leader.
We're at the turret now. It looks like there's an opening below it.
Understood. Updating mission parameters
I don't know, the thing is, it's so hard to gauge with Abrams because Abrams is such a super fan.
Start breaking things.
It's like his style is to make super fan stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like on the one hand, I could see him bringing in KOTOR stuff.
See what happens if I just run around here behind everything.
Hold it together, Deltas.
That seems to have been pretty effective.
Stop looping around and get some back.
But I mean, in some ways, if we really want to put on our speculation hats, so all of the material like Aftermath, Bloodline, all of the stuff has been hinting that the First Order like got all of its stuff from way out in the Outer Rim somewhere.
Yeah.
And like Palpatine had all these observatories on like key planets and stuff like Jakku and whatever the one is where Luke gets the compass from in the story campaign of the new Battlefront 2. So I mean, there's certain parts that would fit. I don't know. I feel like I'd feel the same way about that as I did with Starkiller Base, because I remember being like, oh, okay. Like, I remember seeing it on the poster and going, okay, I guess we're doing another Death Star. But at the same time, I liked so much more about TFA that I could sound like that girl. I know you fell out of my ear. Hold on. There we go.
Before I can help you, sir.
My headphone fell out.
Help, Commando.
On my way.
I'm back.
Yeah, Steven, that's what happened when you gambled away all of your stuff.
All your stuff.
I'm reading low vitals on your squad.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for noticing.
3-8, come in 3-8. I think Delta squad has been eliminated.
I'm just trying to figure out where to run to because I just keep getting eaten alive.
Does the give function for midichlorians work?
It does.
We're at the turret now. It looks like there's an opening below it.
Understood. Updating mission parameters now. 3-8, make your way inside and disable the turret.
All right, squad. Let's get in there and start breaking things. This looks like a good spot to set up a grenade position, Deltas.
There is a I don't remember what the function is, but there's a mod function that allows you to not get from your own, but like just like create it, like reward almost.
I tried doing it from the Refuge account, but I can't, I think, because Steven's changed his name. So it won't work unless I know what the original name of that account was.
Droids encountered. I got some damage here. Leader is down. 3-8, come in 3-8. I think Delta squad has been eliminated.
Lobot might know what he's doing, but Terry does not.
Move. There's the turret, squad leader.
Like,
We're at the turret now. It looks like there's an opening below it.
Understood. Updating mission parameters now. 3-8, make your way inside and disable the turret.
All right, squad. Let's get in there and start breaking things. This looks like a good spot to set up a grenade position, Deltas.
so like there's a whole bunch of super battle droids over here, which super sucks because they're terrible. But like, let me run over here and just show you. Like, this is the entrance we're supposed to get in, but it's like not opening, or maybe it is. Never mind. That's one way to do it. Just run past everything until the game.
Roger that, squad leader.
I wish I'd done that 20 minutes ago.
Disabling maneuvers.
We just, Stephen Donnelly just subscribed to us. Thank you, Stephen Donnelly.
This is Stephen Donnelly 1, Stephen Donnelly 2.
It just says Stephen Donnelly. I think it's Stephen Donnelly, the original.
So the real Stephen Donnelly, please stand up.
Why does my why does the subscriber things not pop up? They never do any of the streams.
I don't know. I've never been able to figure that out either. I did set up our bots
to announce. Yeah, I see that from Lobot.
To plant some charges.
That's alright.
That looks like a good spot to plant a charge.
Eliminate target. Eliminate target.
Darn it, stock lost. 5-setter.
Super Battle Droid is like growling.
Got tiger's blood.
Huh.
You know, the Sheenius has not shown up on Port Haven in a while.
This is true. I might have to remedy that.
Contact him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Get in touch with him.
Contact him. Yep.
Huh.
I think I'm the only mod in the history of Port Haven to not actually have a sock account.
That's saying something.
Eliminate target.
That's saying something.
Taken care of. Assisting 4-0. Droid scrapped.
Another one down.
Set for battle.
Feeling good, Deltas.
Delta 4-0 recovered.
I'm out. Reloading.
Initiate vector procedures, Delta.
I'm on it.
Where are we being shot?
Commence demolitions maneuver, Delta.
Scorch priming charge.
That's just
Blow
what
that
I
up.
needed.
We're all healthy. We've got ammo.
Red, green, red.
Now what's gonna go wrong?
Explosive 3-8.
Fire in the hole.
Why won't
This
they
is-
just die?
Focus, Delta.
I feel like this is the best position I've been in a while. And I'm terrified of what that means.
Therefore,
I also appreciate my squad mates telling me that stuff is behind me, but it's also in front of me and beside me and above me.
all of the places.
Now I'm ready.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Nolan. I thought you were making a joke about how well I was playing. I was like, yes, you're right.
No, he
Definitely.
was just making an accurate statement about how 90% of soccer is.
Got more ammo. We're all mostly healthy.
You, vector, now.
Acknowledge. Retrieving backup. Powering up.
There are some more super battle droids here.
Commando heal.
That's a bad day. Now, I really wonder, Nox, if there was a point where super battle droids were just meant to be a lot more intense. Because if I'm like a Republic Commando, like I'm supposed to be the best unit in the entire army of the Republic. And it's taken 4 of us like 15 minutes to take down each of these ones.
Right.
Like that just strikes me as overkill.
Breach that door.
Like a thing.
Initiating breach maneuver. Setting detonator. Clear. This should wake him up. Clean breach. Let's go.
Clean breach.
What
Yep,
the-
that's
Poor sod.
probably definitely true.
More bugs.
Looks like we've got to shut these windows too. Let's hit it, Deltas.
Confirmed kill. Geonosian.
Starting to get a little feel for this level anyway.
On your 6, boss.
Do they, Nox? I have the sniper attachment. I just haven't been using it because I don't ever get much ammo from it. I'll take that into consideration the next time I see one though.
It's still kicking. I think we need to hit this thing again.
There's the spot. Let's set our charges and do some damage. Reloading. That's a kill.
Let's switch to
Just a few more.
One voice is like so radically different from the other voices.
yeah. Well, that was very helpful, Nox. Thank you for that. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but that was very helpful. And the game is just giving me an inordinate amount of ammo.
Get clear.
Let's move, Delta Squad.
Steven, only you can know how Steven Donnelly subbed to the channel.
Good job, 3-8.
I could have sworn you already subbed though.
To the core ship.
Battle droids are trying to let in more Geonosians.
We definitely can't have that. Because we want no more Geonosians ever for anything.
Nope, gone forever.
Geonosians are...
You know the drill,
the
Deltas.
worst.
Let's shut them out.
Droids, incoming.
Steven claims he didn't subscribe.
I don't know why somebody would be posing as you though. I mean, honestly, if I look at our viewer list, there are half a dozen different Stephen Donnellys that have already been watching our streams. Oh, there you go, Nolan.
Rule 39. Never say no to backed up.
Rule 39, never say no to backed up. There's all these rules, and they're just not the ones I know. Internet rules I know are a little bit different. Is it? See, I gotta look at the key bindings, Nox, because I'm playing with a controller, and I've got to... Let's see if I can figure out what the
Let's find out what's
the
on the
melee
other side.
is.
Commencing door breach maneuver. Detonator placed. Clear.
Fire in the hole. Target down.
That'll be something I have to look at before the next stream.
Eliminate target.
Dave! Dave, you're here! I was talking about you earlier. You're doing a playthrough of Jurassic World Evolution, right?
Up, top down. Good work, 3-8.
That's what I've been doing, Nox. But there were several different key bindings on the Steam when I looked at it. I'm just gonna have to play around with it, I guess.
Eliminate target.
Fat Batman was here. He's been playing while watching, and I was saying that I think you've done some videos on it. I just got a push notification from the Star Wars app. This is announcing the Fan Awards 2018. Does anyone know anything about this?
Is that like the old Fan Film Awards?
Maybe. We're about to have some breaking news on the stream, I think.
Back in the days before there was YouTube.
Right. I miss those old things. Lucasfilm and StarWars.com are thrilled to announce Star Wars Fan Awards 2018, the ultimate celebration of Star Wars fan creativity. We want to honor many ways fans express themselves. Okay, so it's kind of like that. There's videos, photos, visual art. I don't see anything on here for like Porg videos specifically.
Yes! More explosives. You just made my day, advisor.
Warriors en route.
Enemy destroyed.
Enemy down.
Well, that's cool. Well, there you go, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Submit your Star Wars stuff.
Mark.
That is pretty cool. Where do you submit it?
Submissions open at StarWarsFanAwards.com on July 18th and close September 17th. And then voting opens in November.
Supply drop now.
Reloading.
Enemy droid down.
Comments on Twitter are never nice. That Batman.
Powering up.
Look at the size of that thing.
There's the core ship, sir.
Are you sure, 40? Maybe there's another one around the corner.
Sir, this gunship turret is still functional. We could use it against those droids.
We need that turret, Commando.
Mount the turret. Sir, nice shot.
I would say a very loud, squeaky, tiny wheel of the Star Wars fan base is not happy with Disney.
Eradicated.
That would be how I would amend your statement.
Nice takedown.
I mean, what?
Someone ready for combat.
Maybe this is a controversial thing to say, but I feel like what
Delta, form
a
up.
lot of Star Wars fandom doesn't realize is we are not the majority of Star Wars fandom.
Enemy droids.
You know?
Correct.
Like the people that are gonna come and they're gonna play on a stream, or they're gonna watch a stream, or they're gonna read expanded universe books, or know or care who Darth Bane is. That's not the vast majority, and it's not even that Disney is catering to a general audience that it ought not to. It's that Star Wars fans are a more general audience than we want to admit they are.
Yep. The Star Wars is not like this super exclusive nerdy thing. Like, drastically popular.
I mean, I don't think it has been since 1977.
Right. I mean, when Force Awakens and Last Jedi tickets went on sale, like Fandango crashed. Right? That's not the nerd section of the world. That's the world.
I'm on Scorch. Hit confirmed.
That's what I try to tell a lot of the folks we talk to on Twitter, is like, everyone's like, oh, there's all of this and all of that. I'm like, do you talk to Star Wars fans that aren't on Twitter? It's what I really want to ask. It's just, you know, I've heard that argument knocked for a long time, and we still don't have the HD versions of the unaltered original trilogy, and Disney is still in business. So I don't know that I really believe that argument, because I've been hearing for years that if we don't get the HD version where Han shoots first, then Star Wars is gonna die. Only it hasn't.
Boss, hold on to your
And I think that there are more people who are long-term fans that are more than happy with what's going on. Like, I think it's a myth that we assume that if I didn't like this thing, that all Star Wars fans are like me. And I get it, because I mean, I'm so invested in this. I can't imagine a Star Wars fan not enjoying Star Wars comics, but I know they're there. Like, I can't imagine a Star Wars fan not liking Knights of the Old Republic, but I know they exist.
Right.
So, like, I don't know how to square those two things. You know?
Yeah.
right back.
Well, I very much want to write an article. I think it's going to be better as an article than a video, talking about something similar that I went through, where I used to be so into the Jurassic Park series, like to the point where I almost made my career to be a paleontologist because that movie had such a profound impact on me. And now I don't care. Like, I don't care about Fallen Kingdom. Like, it's not even that I don't like it, it's just I literally don't care. And it's like, I've had this thing that was so instrumental and important in my life, and then I've just stopped caring. But I'm also well aware that Fallen Kingdom is going to make a lot of money, has already made a lot of money, and they're going to make another one, and that one's going to make a lot of money. Just, you know, it's just because it's not for me anymore, like, probably says more about me than it says about the series.
And I don't disagree that Disney knows how to make stuff for a mass audience. I just don't know why that's a bad thing. Like, why is what a mass audience would like different than what I will enjoy? Or why is the fact that more people will like it rather than fewer not something that is enjoyable in the end? Like, I don't know. Like, I get what you're saying, and I would like really esoteric stuff, but really esoteric stuff is not going to pay the bills. You know?
Yeah, well, you know, the irony is the safest, like, most for the fans movie they've made so far is Solo, and they bungled the marketing and nobody went.
Yep.
So...
Busted another boss. Thanks for the help, Delta. I'm on Scorch.
Eliminate target.
Yeah, I'm totally in for whatever they do. And the thing is they can make a bad movie. This is another thing I don't fully understand. Is like why are they not allowed to make a bad movie? Like if a Marvel movie comes out that's just not necessarily bad in a it's not the style of movie you like, but just like an actually bad movie, aren't they allowed to have one by now? Like, that's the other thing I don't get, is like, a movie comes out and people aren't sure they like it, and it's like, but, okay, making movies is hard. They made one you didn't like. Like, I don't know.
Oh, this would have been useful a minute ago.
An anti-armor attachment. This should come in handy against all these droids.
Anti-armor. Oh, this is nice, boss. Very nice piece of ordnance here.
Everybody come heal up.
Feeling good, Deltas.
Get yourself some Bacta, Commando.
Retrieving back to sir.
I mean, I see your point, Knox, but like,
Feeling better.
there's nobody out there, I think, super dying for a Boba Fett movie either, and that would be a big fan thing. Like, I think there's what the fans want, and then there's what the fans want, and we want to pretend that what we want is what all fans want.
This door's shielded, sir.
And I just don't know that that's true.
Damn droids. Let us through.
Like, I don't want an Obi-Wan movie if the Obi-Wan movie we're gonna get is the Obi-Wan movie that everybody says they want.
Yeah. I have zero interest in a Obi-Wan is in the desert forever movie. I'll go, but it's not what I would want. I've never been a Boba Fett fan, so I don't necessarily want a Boba Fett movie either. Now, I'll say that I didn't really want a Han Solo movie, but then I saw Solo and I loved it. So, I don't know. You know, the movie I want, I'll tell you what a Star Wars story I want, and I know full well it's what no one else wants. And I'm the person that wants a Yoda story, and I'm also the person that will be totally fine when it's Yoda does nothing for 2 hours. Because that's what I want. But it's probably not going to happen because it would be terrible for 90% of Star Wars fans.
I'm tapped out.
I mean, and honestly, for those general audiences too.
Excellent hit, squad leader. Subject terminated.
You know, in a weird sort of way, Bear, I think a Bosk movie would do better than a Boba Fett movie. Because there's less preconceived notions on what Bosk is. Because what will happen is they'll make a Boba Fett movie, but then the Boba Fett movie will acknowledge his actual backstory, which is in Attack of the Clones, that no one liked. And then everyone will be like, well, it's still not my Boba Fett. And I'm like, well, it's the canonical Boba Fett, and you need to get over it. But with Bosk, you don't really have that problem.
Well, and I feel like the Boba Fett movie that people would want would start with Boba Fett crawling out of the Sarlacc, and I think that would be pretty cool, and other people probably think that would be pretty cool. But if they did that and it wasn't exactly what we wanted, we would complain about it. If they did that and it was different than what we thought we wanted, we would complain about it.
In other words, shoot the
Oh, Jango will 100% agree with you on that one, Nolan.
We need to set
Oh,
up
yeah.
a
Dex movie.
position now. There. That looks like a good spot.
You know though, this is kind of to a point I keep making about the Old Republic, or what I keep saying about Mara Jade, and that is, with a lot of the things I care about most, other than maybe like Yoda, which I've already said I'd be okay with. Yoda just does Yoda things for 2 hours. I don't want it done because it's not only like you said, it's not going to be right. And I think the problem is we live in this adaptation society, right? Like we have Lord of the Rings, we have Harry Potter, we have Hunger Games. Like everything that gets made now is an adaptation of something. So naturally, you know, we get to Star Wars and we want adaptations. We want adaptations of the Thrawn trilogy. We want adaptations of the X-Wing books. We want adaptations of the Old Republic. But what makes Star Wars so special to me is it's the only major film franchise that I can think of that started as films. I can't think of another one. Even Star Trek started as television. And to take what made Star Wars so special is Star Wars is what everyone complains isn't in Hollywood. Everyone complains that Hollywood is a series of reboots and adaptations, and we can't make a movie unless it's based on a book or a comic. And here we have Star Wars, which is based off of one man's imagination, and he put it to film. And now all we want is adaptations of books.
Yeah.
And I love those books too, but Star Wars is a film series first, and that's what made it unique. And I don't want adaptations of books. I want books that are adaptations of movies when I watch Star Wars.
Well, and
that's yeah.
You know who didn't like Star Wars books? His name was George Lucas.
Yep.
Like, we want to talk about, you know, Star Wars being different. You know, George Lucas said several times, all this stuff that you care about, you know, in his headcanon, if you want to think about it that way, it didn't happen.
Didn't exist.
So, like...
I mean, Clone Wars was the bane of so many fans' existence because it kept rewriting everything.
Yeah.
And now everyone's like, put Dave Filoni in charge instead of Kathleen Kennedy. Like, you've got to be kidding me.
I appreciate the assist.
I can't take you seriously.
I'm healed.
Everybody healed up. Got all the ammo that it's going to let us get.
I'm also super tired, so you're getting very ornery YB. That's actually giving her real opinions and not her, like, very diplomatic opinions.
Delta Squad, this is Gunship Wing Delta 4-2. We're closing in on your position now.
From the entryway.
Stand back from the entryway.
You're late to the party, pilot.
You should be happy I got here at all. It's a nightmare out there.
It's a nightmare down here too, fella.
Initiating firing run now. You boys are gonna want to stand back.
Take cover!
Shield destroyed.
Oh, I wouldn't say I don't want Filoni at the helm. I'm just saying I don't believe this myth that people actually do.
Yeah.
So much for boarding this thing undetected. I thought this was a
Well,
I don't
like-
want him at the helm at the sacrifice of Kathleen Kennedy, but I wouldn't mind if he was in charge.
And you know, like how there are those like random articles you see that are like so speculative, like there's like people want this or people say this, and there's like nobody. Like I saw one the other day that was like fans are crying out for Kevin, what's his name, Kevin Feige? How do you pronounce that?
Feige, yeah.
Yeah, like we
Feige,
want him
yeah.
instead of Kathleen Kennedy. I'm like, do we though? Because I feel like what all of the really hardcore Star Wars fans are saying is, hey, we've made this too much like Marvel. Like, let's make this less like Marvel. Like, so
Right.
why would that be the thing that we wanted? Like, I don't know.
Well,
I feel
whenever
like
you see a story that's like fans want, what that means is the 3 fans that wrote that article.
Let's go
Yeah.
quietly.
But they just make it sound like it's a lot of people.
and I'm
Like
certainly
you
not
and I,
Almost done here.
You and I could write an article together, and it'd be like, fans want
Egress unlocked.
the story of want Jocasta Nu, a Star Wars story. And it's technically true because there's two of us, so we're plural, so we're fans.
Yep.
That doesn't mean that that's what everyone actually wants.
Extreme pleasure, sir.
I mean, I very much want Jocasta Nu, a Star Wars story. So,
I very much want Jocasta Nu, a
Like,
Star Wars story.
unironically, I would watch the hell out of a Jocasta Nu, a Star Wars story movie. Like,
Yup.
I don't care how many people I would have to explain who Jocasta Nu is to. Like, that's the movie I want, please.
Yup.
Busted another boss.
You know, Jango, we should make a video together
Affirmative.
that's like
Yes,
our
sir. On the
petition
way.
for the Jocasta Nu, a Star Wars story.
Much better.
And you know what? That Jocasta Nu, a Star Wars story movie, as
It is
confirmed as
confirmed.
Kenobi.
Squad, now that you've reached the core ship, it's time for you to split up. Each of you is tasked with disabling a different critical system within
Oh,
the
this is
man.
gonna go very badly.
critical systems will weaken
This
the
is
ship's
gonna go
defense
very,
components
very
and make
badly.
achieving your ultimate objective easier. Remember, it is imperative that you retrieve those
This
launch codes.
clone
Good luck,
advisor
Delta.
doesn't understand how much all of these other guys are carrying me right now.
Affirmative, sir.
And they want us to split up. This is just all around a bad idea.
Done here.
Your Jocasta Nu, Nolan, is the old lady in episode 2 that Obi-Wan talks to, and she's like, if an item does not appear in our records, it does not exist.
This is Delta 38. Amen.
Oh, alright. Do I want to keep going or do we want to call it here? What do I feel like?
It's up to you. I'm feeling nice and refreshed now, and not because I power napped during the stream.
I had a feeling. I'm not gonna say. But the last one of your
I
game
just
streams I watched, I straight up fell asleep. So
My usual nap time is 1 p.m. Eastern, and I could like get through it when I was streaming because I was streaming.
I would watch that Fat Batman.
I would watch that too. No, the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie that I want, that is as confirmed as the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie that everyone else wants, is Obi-Wan Kenobi young, with young Satine on Mandalore, doing whatever happened there. So I want that movie.
See, like, I love Ewan as Obi-Wan, but the Kenobi movie I would want is more pre-Phantom Menace stuff too. Like, I want to see him and Qui-Gon more.
Yep.
Or him and Yoda, you know, as a youngling or things like that. And I think you could do that. I think if they did a Kenobi movie, you know, I know Star Wars fans don't like flashbacks, but I feel like you could get kind of a Kenobi movie that told his life while he was in the desert, that kind of went back and forth between desert scenes and other stuff. But I don't think that's the movie we would get. So...
Oh no, I will forever pledge my allegiance to Satine's Mandalorians because they're the reason that Karen Travis left Star Wars. So,
Now that you're on board
not
the
even
core
a
ship,
thing.
your mission is twofold.
Hold on.
Your primary
I'm getting
objective is to
a
download
phone
the
call.
from the
1
ship's
second.
bridge. With the codes, we can halt the evacuation of the droid army. Your secondary objective is to permanently disable this core ship. En route to the bridge,
Just
each
as a
member
heads
of
up,
Delta
guys,
Squad will
I
sabotage
think this is
critical
going to be the
systems
last
throughout
level we're
the
going to
ship.
play
This elevator should
today.
take you to the super battle droid
And,
storage racks. Navigate through the racks to the control room and disable its systems.
If this goes south,
Once you've
then
disabled the droid
we
loader,
may call it
rendezvous with
before
your
we get
squad
through
and
this
make your
level
way
too.
to the bridge. We're counting on you, 3-8. Good
We
luck.
didn't kind of tell. This is
Advisor
the first
out.
time I've ever streamed like this. I've never done a game stream like this before.
Alone against all these droids.
So I appreciate you guys coming out
They don't stand a chance.
and watching and hanging out with us and talking some random stuff. I know that's not the way to go. I'm just trying to look around a little bit. Or maybe it was the way to go and now I'm stuck. Am I stuck? I think I'm stuck. Let's quick load.
Alone against all these droids.
I'm fine with both of those
They
options.
don't stand a
Personally,
chance.
not. How did I get back there to start with? Let's see, which way do we go? Go this way? Can I walk through there? Yeah. I don't like this.
These droids must be on standby. I'd better be careful not to wake them up.
Oh, that's cool. Nolan, thanks. Knox, they're playing Colombia in the World Cup this afternoon.
Oh, 07 checking in. I've just about reached my target. No droid so far.
4-0 reporting. Running into a little droid trouble.
How much time is left, Nolan? If you don't mind me asking. I know it started at 1, so it's after halftime for sure by now. Alright, I go through this door.
Hello.
Hello. We are navigating through some storage racks of super battle droids that are asleep.
Oh, don't wake them up.
Never wake a sleeping battle droid. I'm also relatively sure that I'm lost. These doors keep opening and closing. Yeah, those wrist rockets are not cool. Unless you're Jango Fett. Jango Fett's wrist rockets are pretty awesome. Wrist rocket also sounds very euphemistic in ways that I'm not all very comfortable with. Do I have to go through here?
07 here. I've infiltrated the repulsor lift control room. Slicing the system now.
I'm glad of all the different tasks that they could have given us when we split up. They gave me the one that's like walk through this hallway.
Resuming course towards primary power conduit.
Like, don't do anything important yet. Just kind of meander about. While
I mean, you're
droids are
basically the
asleep.
manager, right? Like, you're not supposed to actually do anything important. You're just supposed to watch everyone else do important things.
Squad, our presence is no longer
6-2
routine.
here.
Keep
I
alert.
think I've reached the coolant intake valve. No, wait. It's an exhaust port.
6-2, could you can the chatter until you've got something useful to say? 4-0, slicing primary power conduit now.
You got some very confused troopers there.
6-2 reporting. I finally located the coolant intake valve. Planting charges now.
I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't know the difference. I don't like how these Geonosians are just following me.
Right, but not like doing anything.
Yeah. I am really surprised, I'll
This is
say.
quite an operation they've got.
This game feels like very similar to Halo 1 and maybe even like Halo 2 in terms of like gameplay and stuff. Like, I know it was developed around the same time, but I'm enjoying it as much as that. The squad tactics took me a little bit to catch on to, but I'm having fun playing this.
I've heard only good things about this game.
I mean, for all the frustration that I was feeling earlier, I've been enjoying it.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the tips, especially Nox telling me some stuff about the different weapons. I appreciate that. And I need to look at the key binding some more since I'm playing with the controller. Which, if you didn't know this, I learned this the other day too. That you can play, even if a Steam game tells you it's not controller compatible, you can play any game on Steam with a controller if you play it in a big picture mode. So that's something to think about too if you're a big fan of Steam but aren't good with keyboards, which I am not. Especially because through Thursday there's a lot of Star Wars games still on sale.
Yeah, the summer sale is so dangerous.
Running into a bit of trouble here.
This game coincidentally was pretty cheap too.
We've got a droid situation, boss.
Die, you metalhead piece of trash.
I'm always like such a creep around the Steam summer sale, and I just look at what all my friends are buying.
Don't like it.
The way these droids are
I always just be like,
one might think we weren't
is it
welcome.
cool if I know whether you bought this or not? It showed up on my like activity feed. It's not like I went to your account and looked at your account. It like literally is right here.
Yeah. Bad, by the way.
Womp womp.
Oh,
For
this is gonna take me
example,
way
I
back
know
there.
that Nox got Deus Ex, which I've been playing. I'm very curious to know if Nox has started playing it and if he likes the game.
We really did a number on this ship.
Running into a bit of trouble here.
We're under attack, sir.
We've got a droid situation, boss.
Die, you metalhead piece of trash.
I don't think Trade Fed Security appreciates our work
I
here.
saw Cypher bought this game. I'm wondering if he bought it because he saw you posted about it on the
One
forum.
might think we weren't
Well, maybe
welcome.
so.
Just keep them at bay for now. No
So this is
heroics.
another thing,
Once
if you've
we're
played
all
this
out
before,
together, we'll get
you can
ourselves
tell
to
me
the
about,
bridge, and then we're off this beast for good.
Affirmative.
Steam tells me that there is multiplayer support for this too. I don't know what that support like looks. I don't know if it's like LAN multiplayer or what. But if you know anything about that, I'm not opposed to doing some multiplayer stuff eventually, if that's an option. It may not be though. Does anybody know? Anybody ever played multiplayer with this game before?
Alas, I have not. You should get Don't Starve together and play that with me.
I did see I've got Don't Starve on my wish list, and I saw it was reduced.
It is. The original Don't Starve is $3, or close to $4 right now. But Don't Starve Together is the multiplayer one.
So Halo is not a horror game, but it has some like parts of it that have definite like horror feels to it. Like in this, just like even just like the tone of this game, I'm just getting like a big kind of Halo sensation from it. Like if you've never played this game but you like early Halo, like I recommend it pretty highly. One thing we've talked about doing that's not Star Wars related, we both played the game called We Were Here, which is a cooperative game, and we had talked about, we got the sequel, we talked about streaming that on our personal accounts.
Yeah,
so that you could
like,
watch both perspectives of that.
It's a shame, really, that we didn't record us playing the first one when I had my mental breakdown at the end of the first one.
Oh, with the puppet?
With the puppet. I was like, it's gonna get me.
I did look that up eventually. I mean, I guess obviously because I was trolling you with pictures of it. For a while.
Trainicus, let me
Right.
handle this, sir.
It was scary.
Oh, that was so cool.
Nice work, 07.
Take cover. They're coming back.
Nolan, I feel like I've told Max about it a couple of times. It might be where you've heard of it.
Why are you not shooting this guy with me?
We're pinned down.
Let's fix her
I'm
in
taking out a
62 down there.
droideca with a pistol here, fella.
Thanks for your assist, boys.
There's the rest of my team running towards me. That's always a good sign.
Yeah, I'm sure that means only good things are around that corner.
I've got some more sniper bullets. I wish there was an easier way to see what ammo
Secondary objectives complete.
You
Ready
have,
for orders.
Well done, 3-8. There's a loading substation
across
somewhere on
weapons
this level with an
without
elevator
having to
that will
switch
take you
between them.
directly to the bridge.
Affirmative.
Yeah.
Let's get to it, Deltas.
All patched up here.
Back to taken.
Because I keep having to switch between weapons to see what kind of ammo I have for each of them.
07 reloading.
Yeah.
Like in just any kind of part of the heads-up display where you could see without having to switch.
Go, go.
It took me a while to realize the numbers over the three guys were like their call letters and not how much health they had.
Oh,
so I
yeah.
was getting really confused.
I was going to use my anti-armor weapon to take out that droideca, but my pals did it for me.
There you go.
Thanks, buddies. Go that way or this way? Is there ammo that way or this way? That's the question we should be asking.
What's that?
It's a droid dispenser, 07. Next time, read the briefing.
Boss, a demo charge should shut it down for good. I'm out. Reloading.
You got one, Commando.
You're right, there is a lot of shade thrown in this game.
Yeah.
Can you move, sir?
Like, you're in my way. You suck at shooting.
Good work, squad. I hope we don't run
You
across
shot
more
me in
of
the
those
face on
anytime soon.
accident.
Affirmative.
Audio trace detected.
On the move, awaiting orders.
Let's find out what's on the other side.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't want to find out what's on the other side. I
Right?
don't wanna.
Sounds like a bad idea.
You can't make me. I like this side. This side is cool.
Fire in the hole!
Eliminate target.
I mean, of course I should have known what's on the other side, but
Busted another boss.
That's done.
well, that was way easier.
Confederacy droids located.
We've got bugs, Delta.
You know, I get the feeling that when you shoot things with the right weapons, that it's actually easier. I don't know if you would have anticipated that, but some weapons are like appropriate for some enemies, and it goes a lot better. Thanks, Nolan. 13 minutes.
Is it still 0-0?
No, England scored.
Oh,
Do you know who got the goal? Did you happen to notice who scored? I only ask because my club team has a lot of
Heal up, Delta.
Yes, sir.
Look alert.
a lot of
Another
players that
spider
play for
droid dead
England.
ahead.
I'm starting to hate
Oh,
these guys.
okay.
Oh, that's why I had that anti-tank.
Looks like we'll have to get through this door. There's got to be a control.
So you know that part where
console
a minute ago where I was talking about
Let's get to it,
shooting things
Delta.
with the appropriate ammo? When you
Yeah.
shoot other things with the ammo that was meant for different things, that's also not good.
Then you don't have it.
Oh, here's one of these.
Yeah.
Come here, you.
Kane, he says.
Kane, okay. He's not one of my guys, but he's a good one. He's one of the top scorers so far in the tournament. So he's a good guy. He's also not a player that I dislike, so that's important to me. See, this is the thing when you care more about club football than you do national football. You have to like want the right teams to do well and the right players to do well, because you can't support players that you don't like on teams that you do like.
Seems very complicated.
It is.
Reloading.
Get up, get up, get up. There's like back to everywhere. Why are you guys not healing yourself? Why sometimes do you heal yourself automatically? Other times you make me tell you to do it.
Much better. Condition nominal.
It's nice of them to just leave ammo around too.
Yeah. It's almost like they just want me to kill all their droids because they leave me the exact stuff that I need. It might be. It's almost as if people in charge of one army are also in charge of the other.
The other army. And it's in their best interest to drag the war out for as long as possible. Until the timing is right.
I really want a book now about Clone War conspiracy theorists.
Right?
Like,
I would read that.
It's like, you know, really, like really, they're just playing both sides.
Acknowledged.
Right.
I'm good to go, Deltas.
Which clubs, Nolan? Manchester United is mine and Sarge's team.
Spider droid. Fire.
Eliminate target.
Please don't make me take out this spider droid with a pistol.
Powering up. Hit confirmed.
Another one
There
down.
we go.
That was a lot more intense than the simulations.
Yeah, you're telling me. Alright, everybody heal up. Don't run off.
Commando.
I'm heading there now.
On my way, squad leader. Back to...
I can't do that, sir.
Stop limping around and get some Vector, soldier.
I'm on it.
all fetched up here.
Okay, I think we've got all the ammo. Here's some more.
That's just what I needed.
Alright.
Go.
I think we're getting close here. Saving checkpoint. It's always a
On the move,
awesome
awaiting
thing.
orders.
Initiate door breach, Commando.
It's like when you're playing Knights of the Old Republic 2 and you get those those visions.
Yeah.
Like something terrible is on the other side of this. Just FYI.
Yep.
Grenade.
Go. Engage hostiles.
Droid terminated.
Hey, not these guys.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Nice one, leader, man.
Eliminate target.
Reloading.
Oh, that guy.
Eliminate target.
I do like the squad tactics. I just
This should
wish
be the elevator. That'll take us to the bridge.
I would have figured them out a little bit sooner. This is in the era when video games came with books and you were like supposed to read the book first.
Yeah.
Take him down, boss.
I did that for KOTOR though when I got KOTOR. I was like so excited to play, but I got it when I was in high school, and I couldn't play it in high school, so I would take the booklet to high school and like read it instead of paying attention.
Yeah. Oh, I went past. That was dumb. I skipped the main thing I was supposed to do in this big room where the spider tank was. I'm like, why is it telling me behind me? I just came from there. Oh, and there's like special weapons laying all over the ground. You know, if I paid more attention sometimes. I did this already. It's telling me to slice this terminal. You see this, right? Crap.
Yep.
Well, then you fall off a cliff. At least there was a save point here.
A save point. When I was playing Outcast, and I was on the Bespin level, you land, and you land like right up next to this building, like you can't even see anything. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna take a couple steps back and like get the lay of the land. And I literally stepped off the building and died. Like I took a step and died. And I was just like, well, that's how this level is gonna go then.
Eliminate target.
That game and I just did not get along.
See, and I think like that game is a great example of what we were talking about earlier, because like if you were to ask a lot of people, they would probably tell you that's their favorite Star Wars game.
Star Wars game, yeah.
Like, and I really like.
A lot of people were surprised that I hated it.
Should be the elevator. That'll take us to the bridge.
Like, I remember loving that game, and then I remember watching you play that game, and I was like, this seems different. Oh, I'm jealous. I'm jealous, Nolan. You got a Waza United jersey. You know, he just signed with MLS. He's going to play for DC United. You can keep the Real Madrid though, unless it's Ronaldo.
Evacuate immediately.
I know what Jess wanted out of this stream was talking about soccer.
So much. I'll just take another nap. It's fine.
Delta Squad on sub-level 0001.
Good job, 3-8. Now find the bridge and get those codes.
Affirmative. Move it, Deltas. The ship has just about had it.
I appreciate that the sounds the droids make when they die is actually very similar to what they do in the Clone Wars.
Yeah. So when did the Clone Wars come out?
08.
08? Because this is not too much
before
that.
Yeah, this is 05. Yeah, I think this came out as like part of the lead up to Sith.
Yeah, I think you're right. But are there any others of the voice cast that overlap?
In 4 minutes.
The KOTOR, I'll look again. That was just the main one I saw.
I meant with Clone Wars. Does anything overlap?
Oh, okay. Let me look again. Public Commando, video game, Farm Morrison. Oh, well, 40, your buddy 40 there, it was a voice in Wolf Among Us, the video game.
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't recognize his name, but he was Grendel. I think that was the guy with the weird eye, right?
I thought that was the guy in the bar. Is that the same one?
Yeah. He's like the one that's always mad at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're talking about the same one.
Yeah.
I'm looking for other voice actors I know. Well, David Collins, who's Proxy in the Force Unleashed games, and is just around Star Wars all the time in general. Plays the Trandos in this. Tom Kane is Yoda in the Clone Wars. That looks like about it. It doesn't look like it's a very large voice cast. Which makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, because I guess really most of these voices are just voiced by the same guy, right?
Delta, begin door breach.
Yeah.
On our way.
Oh, well, I mean, it says Tamara Morrison voices 38, and then somebody else voices 40, and then somebody else voices 62, and somebody else voices 7. I wonder where they did it that way.
Let's go.
I don't know, but I can tell some differences.
Eliminate target.
Reloading.
You gonna watch Entertainment Tonight, Steven?
Eliminate target.
These super battle droids have such deep voices.
In 2 minutes.
Not much time left, sir.
It's like their voice box is coming from inside somewhere.
Coming from inside the house.
Reloading.
Eliminate target.
Like the thing I've learned about this game today is that your squad mates are really good at what they do. You just have to tell them what to do. So if you don't tell them what to do, they just kind of wander and do more or less whatever they think is best.
Hold tight, Deltas. We're almost there.
I really need
Should be just through
a
this door.
Bacta container. They've given me ammo, but I need
Breach that door.
Bacta.
On our way.
Critical systems failure in 1 minute.
There's some Bacta. Everybody come over here and heal up.
Setting charge. Clear.
Grenade thrown.
Breach successful. Let's go.
Stop limping around and get some back to soldier.
On my way. Enemy down. Confederate units in
Better hurry. Come on, Deltas. Let's get those codes and get out of here.
Protect that console. It's our only ticket out of here.
Catch you later, Dave. Thanks for dropping by. Super appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
Critical systems
If any of you
failure.
all out there are XCOM fans, you can usually catch me lurking in Dave's stuff. Talking XCOM.
Critical systems failure in 20 seconds.
40's in capped.
Yes, sir.
Hurry it up. This is taking
There's a
longer.
lot of grunting and groaning coming from this game.
Yeah, that's because I died. You're so close.
Hull integrity compromised. Evacuate
Delta
immediately.
squad on sub-level 0001.
Good job, 3-8. Now find the bridge and get those codes.
Affirmative. Move it, Deltas. The ship has just about had it.
I'm out. Reloading.
One last droid. Way to blast him.
I need to set up Lobot to tell me to save more often. I think I cleared out most of this level.
Critical systems failure in 4 minutes.
Remind me to leave the ship before we destroy it next
I should
time.
just yell at you to do it more. I just don't. I don't think about it. I needed Lobot to tell me to save.
See, like, I'll just quick save. Yeah, I'm really bad at doing what you call cheesing it when I'm playing things by myself. Like when I played KOTOR 2 on my little playthrough before. Like, every person I killed was safe. Kill somebody safe. Walk through a room safe.
Stabilizers failing. System failure imminent.
Uh-oh, it's 1-1, Jango.
Oh no.
Initiating breach maneuver.
Who scored for Columbia?
Placing breach charge. Clear.
Fire in the hole.
It's been like 90 minutes, and we've had a total of 2 scores. What makes soccer so exciting?
Scores are not the most dramatic part of the game, though.
Critical systems failure.
It's the attempt to
You
score.
know, in
like
tennis, it is literally impossible to not score. Somebody scores every point.
Took a blast here.
Monsters.
Well done, sir.
6-2. Someone assist us.
Staying on the mechanical. I'll be back.
Eliminate target.
4-0, reloading. I'm wounded.
Good to go. We got a Delta down.
Plankers.
Taken care of.
Another one down. Ready for action, boss.
7-8-40.
Heal up, everybody. Do a quick save.
Ready to go, sir.
Stop.
Critical
Eliminate
systems
target.
failure in 2 minutes.
Not much time left, sir.
I mean, Belgium and
Need a reload.
Japan yesterday was a draw until right at the end of stoppage time, so this could be the same.
It was a pleasure.
I would
Hold
really
tight,
love
Deltas.
some health.
We're almost there. The brute should be just through this door.
I feel like there's some health over here somewhere. Yep. Everybody come heal up.
I'm on it.
I'm not going to let you open the door until you come heal up. We're all going to take turns. We're going to do this in an orderly fashion. The ship's about to
Just
explode,
what I needed.
and we're supposed to be evacuating as quickly as possible. But before we do that,
Critical systems failure.
we're going to get
in
some
1
band-aids.
minute.
Yep,
Feeling much better now.
band-aids are needed.
We're going to sit down. We're going to sing some Kumbaya. Have a moment with your friends.
Heading for cover.
And feel better about the world.
Condition nominal.
I super love tennis, Nolan. Wimbledon's going on right now, and I get like
Commencing.
push notifications on all the scores to my phone because it starts while I'm at work. My favorite player is out though. He's been injured for like a year.
Oh, so that's how it opens.
Critical systems failure in 30 seconds.
He hasn't played in like a year.
Get out of it. Come on, Deltas. Let's get those codes and get out of here.
I know some tennismen. I know
Critical systems
I
failure.
know John
in 20
McEnroe.
seconds.
Yep, that's
He's a tennisman.
he now is a commentator. He used to play.
07's down.
I
Someone
know
help
all
us.
the best
Systems
tennismen.
failure in 10.
Do you remember who my favorite player is? Because I talk to Sticks about him all the time.
7.
No. I can pretend like I did.
5.
Andy Murray. Andy Murray is my favorite tennis player.
3.
Because I talk to Sticks about him because he's Scottish.
1.
Well, he's British when he wins and he's Scottish when he loses. If you were to ask the Brits.
System failure.
3-8, can you hear me? I'm reading low vital signs from your squad.
I don't know if all of my guys just died because I did it bad, or if I did it slow. Because there was a timer going on. Actually,
I can look real quick.
Critical systems failure in 1 minute.
The bridge should be just through this door. Stop limping around and get some Vector.
All right, everybody heal again because I didn't save after Band-Aid time. I know Venus and Serena Williams. They are tennis persons.
It looks like they got shot, Jango. I was watching it back.
Could use some Vector, Delta.
Djokovic is one of my favorite players, Nolan. He's not my favorite, but I would love to see Novak make a comeback this tourney because he's also been injured. So if
In 30 seconds.
if Murray isn't in it, I would say I'd like to see Novak win or Stan Wawrinka from Switzerland. I'd love to see win it.
Critical systems failure in 20 seconds.
It's always fun to watch Federer and Rafa play, but they've both won it a lot.
Let's find out what's on the other side.
Commencing. Placing detonator. Clear. Fire in the hole.
Critical systems
There's
failure.
really no men's
Come on, Delta.
9.
tennis player from the U.S. that is likely to win, which is unfortunate. But we're pretty dominant in women's tennis. Not just with the Williams sisters, but there's Sloane Stevens, there's, although I think she's out, but we have Madison Keys. Madison Keys is a big up-and-comer.
System failure.
Hold it together.
3-8. Come in 3-8.
Yeah, there's definitely a timer going on.
Has been eliminated.
Yeah,
Like, because when the timer went out, that's when we all died that time.
yeah.
So let me try to do this
Do you think you
differently.
can just run really fast past everyone?
Let's find out what's on the other
Maybe.
side.
On our way. Placing detonator. Clear.
The problem is
Systems
that
failure in 10.
I may have to go to a different road
Come on,
point. I
Delta.
may have saved
Get those
an
codes and get out.
unwinnable position because
Get slicing on that terminal,
this takes like a minute to do. Oh, I've got myself like a 10-second countdown.
3, 2,
Oh, I see, yeah.
1.
Like I can assign somebody to do it, but it still takes a certain amount of time.
Nailed the leader.
System failure.
Yeah.
Nolan, I've never competitively played tennis. When I was in like middle school, I took some tennis that were offered at like the local school with like a whole bunch of other kids, and that was really fun. But I've never played it. I don't really have any athletic ability, so.
Clear.
Critical systems failure in
In
10.
a hurry.
Yeah, I
Come
think I'm
on,
gonna
Delta.
have to replay
Let's
this
get
whole
those
thing.
codes and get out of here.
Protect that console. It's our only ticket out of here.
7.
I just do it faster.
No,
Do it
because
again,
all of
faster
my
and more intense.
yeah.
4. 3.
Like I didn't realize the countdown overhead was an actual countdown until it until we didn't have enough time to do it.
I heard it say like you have a minute left, but I was like, that can't be like an actual timer because I didn't see a clock anywhere.
Well, I thought that too, and there was a 3-minute and a 2-minute. But I think I'm gonna call it here for today. We've been going for a couple hours, and I don't want to play.
Yeah.
It's only supposed to be a
We might-
9-hour game, if Google was correct. So
Yeah.
we're probably already about a third of the way through it, almost. So I think we're gonna call it here for today. I really thank you guys for coming out, though. I've had a fun time hanging out
Yeah,
with
this was super.
you. And
It's
I
a
think-
very different thing than KOTOR.
Yeah. And I think our plan right now is to do this every Tuesday like we were doing before.
Yeah.
Until I get through with the game, and then we'll figure something else out.
Your
This-
chat's reloading.
Yeah, I was noticing that this chat is very old. So while this chat figures out what's going on, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Make sure you follow us on all the things. Tell Jess how much you enjoyed having her here because she's taking a break from YouTube this week. A much deserved break. This channel wouldn't work if it weren't for all the stuff that Jess does. So let her know how much you appreciate all of her content. And make sure, again, follow us on Twitter, check out our forums, all that stuff. You know the drill. You've heard it before. And if you are a streamer or one of our friends, you ought to. So I made a change, and you should be able to link to a YouTube channel in the chat now. So if you want to give people a link to where you do stuff, feel free to do that too. But I think that's going to do it for us today. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We really appreciate it. And we will see you next week.